All right, we are live and late as usual. Monday nights,
That should be the name of the show. Live and late.
live and late. Yeah,
It's only 4:04. I think we're like 3 minutes ahead of schedule usually.
He has a good point.
That's true. We're the early late show.
The early late show. That's another great name.
Wasn't that come on after Letterman, the early late show or something?
Yeah. There was something like that. I do remember an early late show, but yeah. Sorry about last week, guys. Just everybody had better things to do. And
Shut up, Aaron Knight.
Vance's fault.
Yeah, Vance
decided to go see like what Disney on Ice or some shit, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, right. Hey, we won. Our team won that night.
The team won that night.
Not well this year, but we won. It was a free ticket. Damn you.
He's feeling some kind of way about your comment there, Joe.
I guess so.
Well, why don't we go in with our cool things for the week? I know Joe's got something he's been.
I do. I received in the mail something. I went to go pick it up. I dropped a nut. This is a beast.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. This. Let me turn my little camera.
I don't have to put that in our show notes, do we?
Drop the nut. How did I drop a nut? Yeah. This is
Blurry.
Adventures Dark and Deep. Joe Block. This thing is huge. These two books together. You got the Player's Handbook, and it's a PHB and a DM guide, right? And the Monster Manual, the core bestiary. This is 3.5 inches right here. 3.5 fucking inches between the two books.
And he measured it. We can testify for that. Yeah.
Measuring tape I used. There's many jokes today in our group comment. Sorry about that. But good books. I mean, they're massive.
Isn't that 3 Joe Johnsons or something?
Joe Block. Oh God, I get it. All right, a little slow in the uptake there. This is Joe Block's version of second edition D&D. This is his second edition.
No, it's first edition.
Joe wanted to put out what Gygax would have put out. That was his goal.
Oh, I thought that was supposed to be like I see what you're talking about. Gotcha.
Yeah. So Joe wanted to put out what Gygax would have put out for second edition had he stayed. So he researched everything Gygax ever said about what he would write for second edition. And then he put out, in his opinion, what Gygax would have written for second edition, right? It had the classes he talked like Montebank and whatever the hell that is and all that stuff. I think it's a Canadian Mounted Police, I thought. But anyway, so basically he put this book out, and it's essentially, this is the second edition of it. It's about 10 years now since he had the first. So this is
I have the first ones up on my
all the addendums and all that stuff. This is his first hardcover. I think the first edition I have at least was soft cover.
It's all paperback,
yeah. And this is a beast because he combined the Monster Manual and the PHB and the DMG all in one, right?
Did he add those other books into it, Joe, too, like the tables and the?
I'm wondering about that. I haven't got a chance to take a look at it, but that would be in the bestiary. But what was interesting, I thought about this book because I had the PDFs I was scanning through a little bit as I put together my DMG video series. I was like, let me look at all the various DMGs out there that I own. So I wanted to look at his to see what he has for DMG advice. And there isn't any. There isn't any DMG advice part. It's just the Player's Handbook, how to run combat, and then the treasure and all that shit, magic items of the game. And there's no how to be a DM at all,
right?
Which I thought was interesting. Especially with.
Does it have anything about how to be a player?
It's just whatever the PHB had from first edition AD&D. That much.
I don't remember. Yeah,
it's not that much. You know what I mean?
So you're looking to expand on that part.
I think there's an assumption that you know how to play D&D is built into this. It's not you're not going to pick this fucker up if you're new to D&D because
not for newbies.
You're not picking this thing up. You're picking up an OSE or something, right? So, but the core bestiary is even thicker. This goddamn thing, Jesus Christ Almighty!
Yeah, I might have to get that. That one I'll be.
Dude. I mean, fuck me. There's a lot.
Well, I liked what he did before because, like, when he originally did his first Monster Manual book, I thought he did it the best out of the way other guys did it.
He kept the AD&D look and feel more than anything I've ever seen. And the stat blocks, I'm sure they're not identical, but they're pretty goddamn close because you can't copy identical, right? Minimal art, you know what I mean? Just enough. here and there.
Yep.
Not every monster has a picture, right? So he's got all that going on. It's I mean, shit. If you want every AD&D, I remember honestly when I was doing I think the Swords and Wizardry game that was running for a bit. I grabbed his book of tables of monsters because his book of tables was amazing because he had an encounter table for every type of terrain under the sun for every monster he's ever produced, and there's hundreds of monsters, right? Not just the regular in the Creative Commons license, the D20 monsters. He has everything in here, and then he sorted it by where they might be. And I think that was your question: does they have the tables? Right, those random encounter tables, and let me see because I don't see them. So you'd have to buy his original book. This is just beginning to end monsters. There's no
cool.
Well,
I like that.
Are minor things, but they're not tables of this is just all monsters. So it's a good book. I mean, this is the ultimate. If you want a monster manual for all the old school games that's generic, right? Get this. Because it has everything. Instead of picking up the old school essentials one, the swords and wizardry one, just get this. There's every fucking monster you're ever going to need. So that's my cool thing of the week. They're heavy, and they could act as a bulletproof vest if you need them in a pinch.
So, without a doubt.
That's my cool thing. What else you guys got?
Go ahead, Paul. What do you got, bud?
I'm doing a series right now called 30-Day Dungeon. So my cool thing is I'm making a video every day.
I've seen them
every day.
I saw the first one and the asteroid one, and then the one. I think there was one. I saw the one after that too. I can't remember what that one was. No, but no, it's an interesting.
It's all a blur to me.
Yeah, no, it's kind of an interesting series and everything. Are you going to flesh out the adventures, or are you just doing the concepts of each one?
I'm doing the 30 days, and then that'll give me my basis. That'll give me my collection of 30 dungeons to work with, and then I will flesh those out afterwards. And hopefully,
I got you.
Hopefully, I will go ahead and I would like to make an adventure out of each of them if I can. Nice. And then either put them in the zine or put them in as a collection of adventures and put them on the drive-through RPG or wherever. And put them up there and just make it, agnostic, for anybody that wants to use them like that.
What do you got against religion, man?
Well, agnostic is nothing. I mean, if I'm agnostic, there's something. I'm not an atheist. I didn't say it was
maybe something. You just don't know.
That's right. So I'm one step close.
Just in case.
He's actually from Missouri. Show me.
Mm-hmm.
Show me. That's right.
That's why the old people go to church near the end of their life every fucking day, just in case.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a reason why people
I will
buy
tell you
insurance.
I had an idea. Just give a little preview. The one I did tonight. I did this video right before. I did a cloud dungeon.
Oh, very cool.
It is super interesting. I'm like, wow, that turned out better than I thought. Most of these have turned out better than I thought because it's all random generated. And I'm just putting stuff together. So it'll be fun to go back and look at them and go, hey, okay, now I can, flesh it out.
Do you have where the cloud giants take a shit somewhere in that dungeon?
Well, they don't have to because it falls right through the clouds.
Oh, perfect. That's perfect.
They just crap where they want.
You imagine cloud giant shit hitting you in the head as you're walking down the street.
And that's what happens. The people down below either they have to build their houses as such.
Yeah.
To endure that.
You'll block out that in a random table.
No, but they do take random craps, so it can happen anytime.
Yeah. What about you, Vance? What's your good thing for the week?
So it was going to be my thing from last week, so I'm going to use that week's for this week's.
Absolutely.
And my excuse for not showing up last week was a free hockey ticket. So yeah. Anyway,
Disney you piggybacked off of my absence. You said,
I know. I right after I had scorned Paul's character in personal character that is in our text chain. I got an offer for a free hockey ticket from my neighbor, and so at that point I immediately absconded myself. Anyway, no. So last week it was like Friday or Saturday before the we'd gone to one of our local tap houses, and a lot of bars and restaurants and stuff, they do the rotating local artist thing where they have people have their art up for sale.
Oh yeah, you showed us that. That was cool.
Yeah, and
yeah.
it was and we popped in there and sit at the end of the bar, and I look at those, and these are all small format pieces. These are like little oil or acrylic pieces on canvas. They're about 6 by 6. They're all really kind of grim, dark themed kind of stuff. Like, and I look at the one sitting at the end of the bar right next to me, and it says something like "Mannequin's Last Torch" is the name of it, and it's this kind of plant-like figure walking through this underdark with a torch, and I'm like, I have to have this.
Yeah.
and sure enough, it was kind of the opening night of this, and so the artist was there, and so I went over and chatted with him for a little bit. Sure enough, he's an old school role player, so he plays Mork Borg and World Without Numbers.
We'll forgive him
for our Shadow Dark run. So anyway, it all came full circle. So I don't have it now. It has to sit there on the wall until the kind of the exhibition's over, but I'll have it on my
Vance,
wall.
you sent us the picture of the thing, right? Do you have it? You can display on the, or no?
It's on my phone.
Oh,
so,
okay.
We're gonna hang it up right behind you so we can know how long our torches remind us how long.
Yeah, it'll be. Yeah, it's as I said, it's a small piece. I don't have a lot of room left on my walls for art.
Right.
And so it's like, all right, this one I can wedge in between my bookshelf and these other two pieces I've got over here.
That was a cool piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken.
Well, I was hoping I'd have my thing by tonight, my order that I put in for Swords and Caravans, which is
Caravans.
It's old school setting for the Silk Road.
I was going to say it sounds very Silk Roady, huh?
Is that the pundit?
Yeah,
Yes.
the Pundit's book. That's a good book.
Yeah.
It's actually a good book. I remember I reached out to him and I said, "Hey, how does this differ from the book put out by Expeditious Retreat Press named The Silk Road?" He goes, "I never heard of that." I'm like, "Oh, well,
Of course not. Yeah, you wouldn't admit it either way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But that was an excellent book, and Pundits is pretty good too. I got to say, it's a pretty good book.
Yeah,
I
mean, he puts out
Gonzo.
good stuff. Yeah,
His Gonzo stuff I have is very good. It's fun to read.
See, I'm not a Gonzo person, so I wouldn't have liked that. I skip his Gonzo stuff, but I'll buy other things that he's put out, though.
I don't think I've got anything by him. I don't know.
Yeah, I pretty much have a whole bookcase of stuff related to Silk Road. So
Yeah, you were going to run a campaign based on that. At one time, man.
And then I just kept reading, and it's like, no, that won't. I don't know if that's going to work. And then I'd read other.
You
things.
over researched.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I can't remember what you were going to run that in, but I remember you were talking about doing it. So
Yeah, it's. I actually think if I was going to run something that wasn't dungeon, if I was going to run something that was dungeon focused, I'd use Shadow Dark, I think.
Sure.
And hide stashes of torches in the dungeon someplace where people could occasionally replenish the supply. But
yeah, right. A vendor. Having the best business at all.
I've had
a vendor in a dungeon. Shadow
Right.
Dark.
Yeah.
had vendors in the dungeon before. They show goblins that show up
Goblins.
with a wagon.
Yep. You wanted to make friends with the goblins.
They make you sign a lifelong contract that you don't have time to read.
Yep.
Very small print.
Yeah.
A lot of exclusions.
And then
share that screen, Tim. I got Vance's picture he sent us. You can share that screen. We could see it.
But I would probably use that thing that I was.
Oh, okay.
Tim, when you and Chris played, and I ran that summer campaign.
There it is.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, it's a little glary with the light, but that gives you the
Yeah,
dip. Cool. Let me zoom in maybe a little.
Yeah, that's the theme of a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking, I gotta say.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. Yeah, I mean, if I saw that too, I'd be like, oh man.
Yeah.
I might have to get that one.
Ken, finish your thought there.
Yeah, good, Ken. Yep.
Well,
so you were talking about that one when we were running in the summer.
You and Chris, I think it was Chris, wasn't it? We're playing.
Probably.
And it was sort of.
Was that when were we doing the rotation thing?
No, this was just. I think I was just running something for part of the summer, and then you ran something. But I was running. It was sort of Africa based because I had that Balboa tree that.
Yeah, right. Now I remember it. And then it had caves to the south where the old man we were trying to find or something. Am I remembering this one right? Does that sound right? Okay. I mean, if you have a cave, you got to have an old man in it or something. I mean, it's sort of obligatory. But
well, you guys ended up inside the brain of that weird maze.
I do remember that. Yeah,
so you were inside. You were inside his mind, and you were getting zapped by neurons and.
Yeah, we were doing like neuroscience 101 in there and trying to stay away from all the synapses and dopamine and getting chased by serotonin and or something like that. Yeah.
That's what I hope. I hope if my mind starts to go as I get older, all I start babbling about is old adventures. My family will have no idea what I'm talking about.
Right.
I'll just start randomly talking like Tarin Doomsayer. I said, "Give me my oatmeal." I'll just randomly just start talking in character.
You'll feel the doom if it's not maple.
The doom shall come to you.
So anyway, I felt like that had. I think that, like elves had that, like you. Were you the elf or was Chris the elf?
I don't know. That sounds like
the elves have a staff that they can use for different things, and and some magic staff that they are given. And you were the elf because elves don't sleep; they meditate.
Right.
That's why.
Wait, so long ago, I can't remember, Ken, for that part of it. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. No, but I think I think it's a really cool idea doing like a Silk Road type of campaign, just because it's well, you can kind of use the same time frame or whatever, completely different philosophy on running and adventures, and I don't know. I think that could be kind of an interesting change the games.
The challenge is everything is most of the adventure is the traveling from place to place. And I think that would be difficult to sustain.
Maybe, but I mean, I think with the Silk Road, I mean, at least with that, instead of calling it from travel to place, it's like you get to experience.
Right. Well, it's the stuff you put in between. That's
right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, pretty cool though. Cool thing of the week for me. Got some more work done on my Kickstarter this weekend, which is good. I ran into a lull on that, but I got back on the thingy with it again, and I guess that's it. I don't know.
That's good.
I really didn't do much or go anywhere or anything. I guess I started watching a show that I kind of like, that Resident Alien, the guy from Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
The guy from Firefly, the pilot.
Oh, yeah.
He's the alien. Yeah.
Oh,
it's actually pretty good.
He died in Serenity, though. What do you mean? How is he alive in anything? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well,
The
speaking of that,
television.
One of my favorite April Fool's jokes of all time was done by Netflix. Absolutely loved it. On April 1st, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, they posted Firefly with the band. You know how they have the banners on it? It says new episodes on it.
Oh, God. I'd have been so mad.
That's
that was
just
so
mean.
great.
I'd have been so mad.
That was what'd you say?
That is bad. That is bad.
It was a good. That was a very good.
That is a good joke, but boy,
yes,
that makes some people furious.
Yeah, I probably did, but I thought because it took me. I saw it, and then my brain's going, "Wait, what? What?" And I'm trying to process it, and then I don't know. I think you're the one who figured it out.
I just remember.
I think Ivy's the one who said it's April Fool's, and I'm like, "Oh." I was like Vance said it. I thought, "Oh, that's mean, but that's pretty good." So.
Hey, before we jump in, I got a quick shout out to one of our viewers, Mark Goldfine. I don't know if you say I saw this link I threw into the chat today because I'm doing the videos on the DM guide I'm going to write. So I write a chapter and I do a video on it, and I'm going to keep doing that until infinity because this thing is so fucking long. But
oh my god, I saw your outline. Yeah,
it's big.
Yeah.
But
you're going to put Joe Block to shame, ain't you?
Oh yeah. But mine is going to be just how to DM. You know what I mean, and all that kind of shit. He doesn't have any of that stuff in his. But the bottom line is, Mark reached out to me and says, "Hey, I'm not trying to make any money or anything like that or make a score here, but I'm an artist. I do it in the old school style. Not Errol Lotus, was that Larry Elmore-ish? I think. And he says, here's check out my YouTube channel. Just type in my name and look me up, and if you like, we can maybe do something." So I'm like, all right, and I put it off because I'm like, how many artists they suck, right? They say they do stuff and they're not good, and I'm like, oh, probably disappointed. Motherfucker is good in the same style that I like. So I wanted to first I'll put a link to his YouTube channel in our chat in my channel. So there it is. And then Tim, I'll share the screen with you so you could see some of his stuff here. All right. So here, I'm going to share that.
All right.
Right. So he did videos and he drew this thing in X amount of time, right? And so I'll show you each of the three videos, the end screen of the three videos. All right. So that's one that he drew.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent work. I mean, Jesus, that's another nice ass, and just a good detail other than that. I mean, look around. It's nice. And then here's a third. I mean, he's a damn good artist. So I'm definitely considering. I'm like I told him, I'm 2 years away from any art, at least probably, but he's on my list. You know what I mean? So. Right. It comes as a good timing because as I sit here and consider AI art or non-AI art and what's going to be the state of the viewpoint of AI art in 2 or 3 years, or is it going to be hated still or not? Am I going to be evil if I do it and canceled or not or whatever? But, I look at
you're going to get the ones who are going to, no, it doesn't matter. If you go with AI art, they're staunch.
Right.
People are not going to change.
Yeah. I just wonder how many people are being guilted into saying, I will never use AI art until everybody else does, is with the subtext of that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
All those people that said they wouldn't get an iPhone, or all those people that said they wouldn't do anything, and they did it.
Yeah, exactly. When it becomes socially acceptable, how many people? I never smoked weed.
Well, it is socially acceptable now. It's just like it's still in stages, and there's going to be people who are not against it. Like when I was running the RPG zine group, that was a huge thing. And surprisingly enough, for a Facebook group that discussed it, they didn't get too heated. I mean, they actually had a somewhat civil conversation about it. And like I said, people have got to decide for themselves.
Yeah.
For my zines and my stuff, am I going to use AI? No, I don't want to, because I just prefer, I'd rather have something, because I really enjoy giving someone my idea and seeing what they come back with in their own thing, because that's part of my love of it, is seeing the surprise of what they've created out of my words, and doing it that way, and just having that interaction with the artists and whatnot. But would I choose something AI art over something that wasn't? Probably if they were, say I had two zines and I knew one was AI art and I knew one was human art, I would probably go for the human art. I would just default to that one naturally. Doesn't mean though, if I had 10 more bucks, I wouldn't buy both. So say I had $20 and each of them cost $20.
Yeah.
I'd probably buy but if I had $40, I'd probably buy both.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, I'll probably default to all that, but I don't know, because it's just going to be a thing and it's not going to go away.
Yeah. The legalities need to be sorted, and that'll happen sooner rather than later because the corporations want the legalities sorted. But the only thing that made me consider AI is I'm going to have a monster manual, let's say 300, 400, 500 monsters in it, right? And along with this thing, I'm going to have a Roll20 interface. I'm going to make myself that makes sense better than this 2E bullshit, right? And so if I'm putting out a Roll20 thing, I can't do what I do now in Google Orc and drag it to token stamp and make an orc. I can't give that away as mine if I stole it from, you know what I mean? So that made me think, wow, 400 monsters, that's a lot of fucking money if I hire an artist to do 400 monsters, right? Especially if I want the monster to be a certain way. That made me think AI art. But I don't know. I don't know what the deal is going to be. I could see myself doing AI art for shit like that, black and white pencil drawings of 400 basic monsters, and then hire some artists like Mark to do like, this is the fighter, this is the barbarian, this is the cover art, you know, shit like that. I can see a blend.
You just got to do what's best for you. Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
Everybody's got to make that decision for themselves. I can't make, you know, nobody else can make that decision for you. Other people will judge you for it. Other people will,
always gonna be judged.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. You know, because you include orcs as evil, some people are going to enjoy it.
Yeah. We're not Mexican.
Because you don't have dwarves with matching tattoos, they're going to judge you.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one of those, you just have to do what's best with you, stick to it. And if they don't like it, it's not for you.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
It doesn't have to be a fight. It just is like, yeah, okay, I understand, but this is the way I'm going to do it.
Yep, exactly. Anyhow.
And then Skynet. All right. So let's start off with the spellcasters. I think that's. Can you share the screen, Joe? I think I have.
Oh yeah. Sorry, here. Let me down to where the hell
Did
are
you
we?
see my comment? Well, you probably didn't see my comment because it was kind of late. But on the Reddit, the Shadow Dark Reddit subreddit.
I don't know, Ken. Are you talking? Is something on mine end?
No, it was somebody commenting.
Maybe I missed it, or don't know exactly. Oh, that's right, Joe. I got to move you over here so you can see what's going on.
And I'm glad I'm seeing it on the screen here because I was a little freaked out when I saw. I was like, "Where's the rest of the screen? Where's?" I was like, "Long box here." I'm like, "Is my computer jacked up?"
Last time we played was just before Christmas, so there's been a lot. I mean, there's been a lot going on.
Yeah, even though we missed a week, it feels like we missed more than that.
Yeah.
There was a conversation on there about spellcasting.
Oh, was there? Oh, I don't know if I don't think I saw that, Ken.
No,
and it was probably about 4 or 5 days old, 5 days old maybe.
Oh, okay. Did you share it with me or something, Ken? And I missed it, or
no? I just posted that the house rule that we're using right now about the
favored spell or something like that.
Yeah, having favored spells with advantage, and I said, based on my, our limited experience with it, is that I would probably allow a spellcaster to pick one first level spell to have advantage. Because it seems like if you had advantage on Fireball or Mass Cure, which I have advantage on,
right?
That's a little
too much.
Yeah,
gotcha.
And it, especially for this, I mean, the spirit of the game is that magic is unreliable,
right?
And
well, I mean, if anything, that we've definitely proven that through this campaign.
Yeah,
I've been stress testing that pretty well.
Unreliable. Yeah, I would call it like going into a gunfight with like one bullet in a 6-shooter most of the time.
Yeah. Two bullets plus one aim backwards.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Hey, you got to find your token, Joe. I'm sorry. I reorganized my maps into a better way, and now I can't find anything.
Oh,
of course, yeah. There we go.
Thank you, Erudite. Called signature spell in SD Player's Companion.
Signature spell, right? Yeah, and then Erudite, yeah, he shared that. I don't know if I shared it with everybody. I thought I did. Where he shared a very nice article to read and everything about Shadow Dark, which
who did
Yeah.
Erudite did? Yeah, it was a good article.
Yeah, it was long.
So thank you for sharing that for us, Erudite. That was a good read there. Oh, what is that on there? Okay. Sorry, guys, just finding my map. The way I organize my maps makes sense. The way I organize my maps, but finding him doesn't make sense. What I'm using doesn't, it doesn't make sense right now. There we go.
It's like whenever you try to put something away so you don't lose it, and then you can't find
Right.
it.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in a special place, and you can't find the damn thing. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Let me put.
Let there be light. That's Hounds Head.
There's it. All right. Now, Columbo and Tarin, you can follow those guys, but don't. If you move ahead,
Our light will show them. Yeah.
Yeah, just try to. So basically, you guys are coming out of the tavern. If you remember,
Right.
It's nighttime out. That's kind of like what light is around. The different buildings that are illuminating and everything. But you've come out of the Angry Priest Inn, and to the east is where you hear the noise and stuff like that. So you guys go ahead and give me an initiative roll.
Okay.
I guess let me get the table up too. There we go. Let me get rid of everybody on there. I don't need Harley anymore. Keep Bloggah. And we'll keep. All right. You guys both are on there.
Yep.
And then. Is that what you got? The answer's a 5. Okay. And I'm going to roll over here for right now. Ooh, okay. All right. To the north of you hear people leaving. Better show these guys if they would have lights also. Let me just. So you hear adventurers. When you guys left, adventurers started going out to the northern part of the Angry Priest Inn. And let's see.
So how do we end up back together?
You guys aren't back together.
We're not back together.
I just have their tokens over there so they can see what's going on.
Oh, gotcha.
That's all. And then Joe is sharing the screen, so he needs his person over there to see light too. So
okay.
That's all. No, you guys are separated by day and location.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Dremont, it's your turn. What would you like to do? You can attack the darkness if you'd like.
So I hear this is coming from the north.
No, what you hear is
it's from the west, according at the end of my notes from last time. Yeah.
Yep, from the west. Yeah.
And we know that Blake is kind of armored up, gunned up. So.
Yeah, Blake is dressed in his ass-kicking gear, his leather robe. It's like, he's got his, stoner robes where it's, just sort of bathrobe and, just casual, bunch of pockets with different weed in each pocket.
Yeah.
And,
you're looking at him right there with the Caucasian in his hand.
Right, exactly. Pretty much. There's not too much of a difference. But right now he's in his basically his battle robes. So go ahead, and if you want to do anything or move anywhere,
I'm gonna move up to that other circle of light.
You guys are going up there?
Okay.
All right.
Weren't people leaving to go out to the north?
Yeah, that's what you see up. You see the two people that are up there, Ken?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the two that left to the north that you see so far. All right. You see the lady that's in the front here. She steps up, and you see her bow. She pulls back an arrow, and the arrow kind of lights up, and she shoots it into the darkness. And that thing's about right there. You got, and the arrow kind of lands. I'm going to just say it lands close enough that you guys see this flare up.
Okay. Blow this up so I can see what it is.
All right. And when she fires that bow, it kind of leans forward, and you see that like toothy pucker in the middle of its head. You see like a beam come out of it, like a blizzard coming out in a forced blow. And first, let's see if it works. And he's attacking the lady. Nat 20. Huh. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I didn't name her.
No backstory required.
No, that's welcome to old school gaming. Don't name your characters until they've survived at least 2 encounters. All right. So you see, let's look at. All right. She's basically turned into a little frozen statue there. She is just coated in ice, frozen in ice. All right. Oh, yeah, I got to get Blake's turn in there. Let me get Blake's. Cool.
Fireball. Thar out.
I use my
Thar out with fireball. There you go.
Or pee on her. That works. I hear it works.
Melt the hole.
It's become a solution for everything now. I love. All right. And Blake is. He's got a 6. Okay. All right. Dremont, did you want to do anything after you saw that? Because you just moved. You can do an action if you want.
I will cast a flame strike on it. I think I'm close enough. I don't know. I don't see my. I don't see where my character went.
It's just above.
Out of the light there.
I was in the light. Did the light move?
Yeah.
I'm
here,
up.
We'll move.
Go back up to the north there.
Tarin, yeah, go north a little bit. There you go. There you go. I was in the light. Where'd it go? Damn it.
Ooh, that might be too far away.
What's the range of it, Ken? Is it near or far? Or somewhere in between?
Sort of close.
Yeah. A smidge.
Flame strike.
The pubic hair away.
Far.
Oh, well then you can move back if you want and blast it.
I'll just blast it from where I'm at.
Okay.
Theoretically, anyway. theoretically blast it. Let's see if it works.
Blast it. Yeah.
This is a advantage spell.
Who else is calling Nat 1 twice?
Back to fetishes, Mac. Yeah, you're right, Mac. I know. Got to watch out from them.
Smite.
Doom slingers. Yeah.
It's a smite spell. That's right. It's not flame strike. It's smite.
I knew what you meant. Yeah. But it's pretty much the same thing.
It might not have the same. No, it's near.
Oh, I gotcha. That one's near. Okay. So you got to scooch up a little bit, I guess, if you want to do that.
Oops, wrong. All right, smite. I'm sitting here looking for flame strike, and I'm like, why don't I have it? And that's because I don't have it.
And you don't have smite either.
Yes, that's true.
Nice. So that was one with advantage, and then just wow. So you rolled a 2 and a 6, then, huh?
Yeah, we're just constantly followed by a small goblin with a trombone.
That's exactly what's all right. Let me see who's next there. I guess Blake will step up.
I'm just proving the concept of shadow dark magic.
Well, you're proving that it doesn't make much difference if we do give you advantage. So you could,
Yeah, it's clearly not an unfair advantage, and it clearly does not break the system. So
it does not. No. Yeah. That's funny. Let me see here. He is going to. Oh, where'd it go?
Well, Mass Cure, if you had like 2 or 3 rounds of casting that's pretty powerful as far as curing goes.
Oh yeah. Well, the one thing about it's nice, but then it only cures like 1d6 though too. Still.
No, it's 2d6.
Oh, is it 2d6? Oh, I thought it was 1d6. Okay. Well, that is pretty potent then. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, unless you critically fail and do 2d6 damage.
Yeah, but I have advantage, so I still might.
Yeah, well, we know sometimes having advantage does not mean you won't critically fail, as Paul has proven in the past.
All right.
Blake channels his inner Joe and says, "Yes, Joe, I will do that," and fireballs the beastie creature. All right. Let's see how Blake does. Now, all right, he needs to be oh my god. Okay, all right.
Blake is like, fuck Shadow Dark. I was far more powerful in Old School Essentials.
Right, yeah. Wait, no.
It's parallel universe bullshit.
All right. I'll let hey Joe, why don't you roll a D12 for Blake's mishap? A 12.
There it is.
Uncontained channel. You have disadvantage on casting spells of the same tier or lower for 10 rounds.
Okay.
I guess as far as things go, that's not too bad because if you rolled a 7, boom, you open a 30-foot sinkhole on the ground.
So he can't cast any spells for 10 rounds? Any spells?
Well, he's at disadvantage at all of them.
Oh,
okay. I mean, if you're rolling a 1, why not? All right. So basically, we've pretty much taken Blake out of the fight. All right. Bloggah. So far, you've seen a spell casting extravaganza so far. A lot of
Well, let's see how he does. He's going to magic missile with advantage. So
with advantage. All right.
For Bloggah.
You might want to roll a d12. That seems to be doing pretty good. 22. Nice.
Yeah, there we go. Finally, and that's with three missiles this time.
Okay.
Doink. Doink.
Your MERS.
So 2, 4, and 1 for damage. So total 7.
7. Okay.
And that's enough to take it down. Perfect.
I mean, it definitely rips through the creature. Those things, the magic missiles blow right through the creature and put these gaping holes, and it reacts to it. Kind of does like the old, the King Kong thing where it goes, but it just seems to get pissed off,
Yeah.
All right. Let me see who we got next. We're back up at the top again. Oh, I guess I got to put my guy. He's got a 19 also.
You've got.
Whoops! I didn't want to put his little face on the thing. But the thing is you're hearing him, but you do hear other ones also to the west.
Of course.
He brought friends.
Yes. Everybody needs a friend.
Or two. All right. Let me get these guys on here and turn. What did I do? Add them twice? No, add them twice. 19. All right. So, what would you like to do, Dremont?
I'm going to move up and bash him with my Warhammer.
Okay. 20. Nice. Does your Warhammer, does it have any special stuff on it at all, Ken?
It's been blessed.
Well, it's that adventure's over now.
Oh, no, that doesn't have anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, the blessing lasts for one adventure, so that one's over with. So, okay, so it's regular. Go ahead and do your damage.
7.
Okay. You take a big chunk out of one of its legs. This thing's about 12 feet tall. The whole body seems to be some sort of crystalline snow composition. It's got the round mouth. I forgot what kind of creature that is with the round mouth that has the teeth in the middle.
Like a lamprey or something?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yep. And then on the top, you kind of see it's kind of fringed up there, and it has 7 eyes on the top of it. They're kind of like crystalline eyes, but it seems like those things are what it's using to perceive things around it. And it bends down, Ken, and it swings at you twice. Hey, Theodis. All right. I gotta find my roller again. There we are. A 6. And that 1. Let me see what happens. Let's just roll. Man, it's a hell of a day for rolling. So Ken, when it swings at you, it loses its balance a little bit and is off. So next turn you'll get advantage on it.
Okay.
With your Warhammer if you want to hit it or whatever attack you want to do. Okay, and let me see who's there. Let me see how far away are you now, Bloggah? How far away are you?
Me?
Not far enough.
All right. So
measuring from over there.
So from the darkness, you see one of those blizzard beams come towards you, Bloggah, but it doesn't reach you. It ends up short.
All right.
just like Joe, they don't know how to measure either. All right, let's see.
So it's 2 Joe Johnsons short.
All right. Blake is going to try to cast another spell, even though he's going to be at disadvantage. He doesn't look like he cares. And he is going to cast Acid Arrow. Even though it doesn't do a ton, he's going to try to do it. Let's get +1. What do you get that time? Are you kidding me?
Blake better just go home and go to bed.
Man, you'd think I was playing my own character, for crying out loud. Joe, get your D12 out. Roll it again, because he just had another critical failure. A 10. Oh no.
All right.
Let's see what that one is. This is a different one. Okay. So all of a sudden, Blake starts screaming his head off for 3 rounds in a weird language you guys never heard of before. Man. All right. So much for the big bad mage. We'll just say Blake is now out of it for the day. Bloggah, what would you like to do?
Can I tell well enough where that blast came from to shoot it?
I got one more guy. I forgot about the guy on top.
Oh yeah, that's Judy's buddy.
Yeah.
Punch.
Well, at least he made it and everything like that. So you see a magic missile. Oh, he might get a critical though, so he's got that one with advantage. It hits. It does 1 point of damage. All right. Still does damage, but you see it go ding.
Ice chips come off.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you got a little. So if you wanted some drinks cold later, you can have it. All right, go ahead, Bloggah. What would you like to do?
That sounds like a drink of frozen Judy.
Well enough where that ice came from to shoot back at it with my magic missile.
You don't see anything. I mean, it's total dark over there. And the only reason why this one showed up is because the frozen person up north shot this one with an arrow and it lit it up.
I'm going to pick up a rock and cast a light on it and toss it.
Okay. All right. 15. About how far out do you want to throw it then?
Probably, kind of just to the edge of the dark around there.
Just to there?
What's the distance on that? I should be able to throw that far. Yeah, 30 feet out.
All right, 30 feet out. I'm going to use you, Tarin, as the marker for that. About right there. Oh, Tarin doesn't have light on him. Let me get Tarin some light. Light. And what's the light spell? Is that 20 feet or 30 feet? I forget.
Well, I don't know. Don't they still do it like a near or something like that? So it's still like a 30.
Is that what it is? Then it's 30 feet. Okay. I just forgot. Oh, put 330 feet. So
there we go.
See the whole map.
Yeah,
yeah, we'll just keep that. You got a supercharge. That's a light spell. Yeah. Boom. So you see 2 of these creatures. These are smaller, but they're coming at you there, Vance.
Okay.
All right. Now we're back at the top. Dremont, go ahead.
Another whack with the Warhammer.
Okay, and you get advantage with this hit. Ooh, 1 away from being crit.
Yeah.
6.
6 points. Okay. You smash it in the leg, and its leg kind of crumples out from underneath it, so it's kneeling on the ground right now. Still alive, but it is. You've broken a big chunk off of it, and it is going to swing down at you, but it's got its other arm down on the ground to keep it from falling over, Ken. So it only gets 1 strike at you instead of the normal 2.
Swing low.
Sweet ice abomination. Yeah. 23. I'm going to assume that hits.
That hits. That's painful.
Yeah. You take 1 point of damage. Tink.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Down to 26.
All right. Tarin, or I guess not Tarin. So these things move forward to there. This one moves up to here. You're guessing, Bloggah, from the angle which one was breathing on you was the one from below.
Okay.
But you see the one above is about to blast you with its icy stuff. See
That's
what
all
it
right. I got my
does.
backup character rolled.
Okay, it hits, and it does. It does 3d6 damage when it hits you with that.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, 14 damage.
It's you got a Bloggah sickle.
You got a block. See, Bloggah all frozen up?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your regular hit points, Bloggah? I forgot.
Max is 11.
Max is 11. Okay. All right. And now it is. Blake can't do anything. This guy up top is going to cast Magic Missile again. He gets it. Oh, he failed, though, even with advantage. And now it is Bloggah's turn.
I'm just going to sit there and thaw.
Okay. That's true. You can't do too much. That's one. All right. Dremont, your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm going to have to hit him with my Warhammer.
All right. Go ahead. Another solid hit.
4.
And you catch him right on the front of the neck, and it's you chip away at it just enough that its head just kind of falls forward and rolls off.
Oh, I've come out ahead.
Haha.
Oh, God.
Oops. So that thing is dead in front of you. All right. All right, so you, Bloggah, is a icicle. Let's get you a little suitable. Let's see here. Do they have one for air? Now, see, I think that's just not nice. Do they have an icicle one? They have things for fire, but they don't have anything for frozen people. We'll just put you a little web on you.
A little blue dot.
Yeah. All right. Blake's going for another round. And then the guy above.
Blake's a glutton for punishment, isn't he? I mean, he just starts swinging a sword or something.
Well, he can't. He's got to scream for 3 rounds.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's screaming in that weird. He's screaming in primordial.
I don't know if I speak to that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know why I try to use spells.
You know what? The way you cast. I don't know why. In this game, anybody's cast spells because it has not been beneficial most of the time. It has been. Oh no.
Well, if I can avoid not being hit by things, I can probably
Yeah, the way their breath weapons that they kind of use, they can only use them once, and then every, what do I have written down? 1d6 turns, so it's like a random thing.
Okay.
So let's see here. Bloggah still, but I'm going to have that guy do something. He's going to cast a spell. He's going to. Oh, he lost his magic missile. Let's see what other spells he has. He's not a very good spellcaster. He's not going to be your hero, but he may be able to. Okay, I'll tell you what. Bloggah, roll me a 2d12.
Okay.
We're gonna see how it is. The higher it is, the bigger balls this guy has.
11 or 5.
I'm sorry, 2d6, not 2d12.
Okay.
That was a pretty good roll.
Just your reaction roll? The 11.
Oh shit! Oh hell yeah, he's running. He's running up. My boy he runs up to there, to near, and he casts Burning Hands. He did not hesitate. He ran right up there and did that. But he doesn't have advantage, but he got just enough.
Whew.
So you need an 11. What's Burning Hands? 1d6?
Yeah. Let me double check. Yeah, D6.
D6? Okay. Now, not that you guys would know this, but what I have for these guys like this is if you do damage to them with fire, the little advantage to it is you get to reroll 1s on damage.
Okay.
But not 2s. All right. So you see some fire erupts from his hands there. And Bloggah just tinkles.
Yep.
All right. That's Tarin tinkle. Dremont, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to trot down to Bloggah.
Trot. Go ahead and just do your 30. Okay.
I don't know if I'm close. How far was it?
So you can do, because how far, like how close do you have to be for your spell there, Ken?
The mass cure is.
I was going to say, is it near?
It is near. Yes, near.
Okay. So you could probably run halfway and cast that.
Okay.
And that.
Wait, where am I?
Then we'll do the kick the body thing.
All
see
right.
if it
So
makes any difference.
I'm there and
Cast your spell.
yeah, pull up my character sheet. Mass cure.
Nice. Is that one of your favorite spells?
Ooh, yes, it is.
Nice. You can roll again to see if you get a critical, though, too, Ken, because you might be able to add another die to that.
Nope.
No. Okay. All right. So, Bloggah, roll. Do you have you have no charisma or no constitution bonus, right?
I have a 1.
Oh, you got a 1. Okay, well then it won't make any difference. So you get healed, you're back up to full thing because you would have. I was going to say because you would have had to roll.
Okay.
Not a 1, but since you have +1, you're fine.
Yeah.
Then. So, all right. You see the healing spell and the twinkle revives in Bloggah's eyes. All right.
That's it.
And it is. So what he's going to do is he's stepping down here. Oops, I guess not the measures. So you see that little spellcaster. He drops in between both of these guys, and he casts his burning hands again.
Yeah. Can you take Tarin out from between there? It makes me a little nervous. He's just sitting there between these two things.
I don't know what's going on. Oh, he lost his burning hand spell.
Oh no.
Because he was trying to hit damage both of them because it's near
Because it's range, yeah.
Yep. All right, so Bloggah, your turn. You are decrystallized.
Okay, I've got a couple of pieces of Viz with me. How would that help me if I go ahead and cast something?
You just have to use the amount of Viz equal to the tier, the spell you want to cast.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to magic missile the one that's to the south of me here, and since that's an advantage, I probably don't need it then.
This one is damaged up to the northern one is damaged a little bit.
Okay.
He's got a little ice cube out of him.
Right. Well, I know Dremont's right there, and he's going to crit him the next round. And,
Gotcha.
I'm going to go and hit the one here to the south.
Okay, go ahead. Hit him with your Mervs.
Yeah.
I guess you're not. Boy. Yeah, I don't even think the advantage has proven itself out that well today, Ken, for doing that. How many people have cast advantage spells and have failed already? Like 4, I think. 4 or 5. Good grief. We're just putting in a show of how inept we can be in spell casting. All right, and Joe is actually going to put in target numbers for his spell casting checks too. I think for his new game.
Cool.
He can't defend himself because he's away from the mic. We're back up on top. Go ahead, Dremont. Do your action.
All right, I'm going to move down to this one.
Okay.
Since it's the one closest to Bloggah.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to smack it.
All right.
With my Warhammer.
Yep, that hits.
Good.
That's what they have, a 14 AC.
10.
Oh, nice. And that's the new one. Okay, that one was undamaged, but you just immediately just take a huge chunk out of his hide. Just shatters. All right. Oh, Joe's back. But he missed it, what I said. All right. And then it is their turn. This guy is going to try to hit the little mage that could.
Yep.
Gets 2 attacks. Both hit. And we're going to probably be saying goodbye to this guy too, maybe. So Dremont, you see this unknown mage go and land on the ground behind you. Like a flapjack. Laying on the ground. All right. And this guy's going to attack you, Dremont. 2 attacks again on you. First attack, 19. Second attack, definitely misses.
Yeah.
You don't have a 20. The first one hits. I couldn't remember if you had a 20 or not.
Yeah, I'm not using my shield because of my Warhammer.
10 points of damage.
Ooh.
Ouch.
All right, now we go a little mage, but Blake is back from screaming. You hear the screaming stopped, and Blake pulls out a staff and hits this guy, or attempts to hit this guy.
Even Blake gave up on casting. It says, fuck Shadow Dark. Done.
Well, I heard you're modeling your new spellcasting system after Shadow Dark for your new game, Joe.
My ass.
All right. Let's see. Oh, well, he can't hit either. He can't. So far, Blake has rolled a 1, and a 2.
Blake
So,
finished an entire fucking massive bowl of weed before this fight. It's the only
must
reasonable
have-
explanation.
yeah, it's it. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of too. Yeah, Blake is out of it. Yeah, it's so
Bad batch of potato stew.
All right, Bloggah, go ahead and do your damage. Oh, let's get the cobwebbies out of your eyes. You're not
Yeah,
any
get
longer
them out of there. So I've lost my magic missile.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I got. Again, I'm not going to hold these things. All right. Look out, Dremont. I'm going to set you on fire. Run between them. Try to do what those guys did. I'll try to get far enough away so I don't singe Dremont.
Okay.
Burning hands, and I've got some grave dust left over to boost it a little bit.
Well, Dremont, you hear him say, "Get out of the way! I'm going to burn you." Do you move? Because you still have move left. You just attacked.
I'm going to back up, and I'm going to drag this guy with me.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
And I have 1 point for a piece for a dose of grave dust.
Okay.
So 7.
Blake enters the fight with bleary eyes, 8 Pringles stuck in his beard. He's moving fast. And Cheeto dust on his fingers. Huh? All right, go ahead and do your damage. Oh, you did 6 points of damage to each.
Yeah,
of them.
and add 1 for using a dose of grave dust.
And then okay, that's right. All right. So yeah, it definitely does some good damage to him there. This one, the one on the bottom, looks more like a slushy than a monster now. Perfect. All right. Now we're back at the top. Go ahead, Dremont. So you got the guy,
I am going to cast Cure Light Wounds on this guy.
Okay. I was going to say, let's see what happens.
Whoa.
Right.
Nice. Woo.
Comes in on the clutch. Yeah.
Yeah. He's fully healed. He wakes up and he's like, kind of grabs his chest where all the damage is done.
You can equally say, when you say, I'm going to cast, I'm going to, lay hands, and you could equally say, I'm going to kill this man right now.
Right.
I'm going to set him on fire and watch his heart explode.
He's a man, not a horse.
It's true.
Yeah.
True.
A doctor, not a veterinarian.
Damn you. Damn it, Tarin. All right. So Dremont brings them this guy.
If I wasn't bringing people back, I could have taken out another one of these by now.
What you see happen is this guy melds into the snow and but you can see like a mound of snow moving in away from you, at least from Blake.
Okay.
And Blake tries to keep up and swing at it. Nope. Still can't hit the damn thing. All right. And this one, Bloggah, in front of you, does the same thing. The consistency of his body just kind of almost turns into like a snow pile, and it starts moving across the snow. You can see where it's obviously going.
Yeah.
And now it is. He just got revived. I'm going to say he's not going to attack or be able to do anything. He just got revived. So Bloggah, your turn.
Okay.
So this thing kind of moved a little
just
bit
gotta
down
try
this way.
Chase after and burning hands again to
Sure.
whichever one I can get close to.
Yeah, well, actually, I mean, if you get them between them, you could probably catch both of them the way, they're still not that far from one another.
Oh, sure, why not? I'll just roll back up and hit. See if that did that go? No.
I didn't see anything yet.
All right, there you go.
There we go. Yep, that works. Are you using any dust for this one?
Yep.
Okay.
3 points total.
So with your dust, you were able to finish off the one to the south.
Okay.
It just kind of stops and turns into little sickles.
Good. One less thing on the list
there. All right, Dremont, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to go down. This is the one I hit before.
That one's dead now. That one's a pile of mush. But the one to the north is the one that's still moving. Yeah.
All right. Swing my warhammer.
Missed.
Okay.
All right.
And
I
didn't fail. I missed, but didn't fail.
You did not fail, right?
And the
this
warhammer
thing
keeps working after you roll poorly. Yeah.
It gets into the deeper snow, guys, and just basically disappears.
Okay. So like
All
Bugs
right.
Bunny tunneling away.
We're out of combat.
Okay.
All right. What would you guys like to do?
Look at Blake and ask him if he has any idea what those are.
He kind of looks at his hands and he's like, checking them out. It's like, what is wrong with me? Because no, I've never seen those types of creatures before. I've heard of them. I think I'd have to go do some studying, but I think I know what they are.
Okay.
This is what Ivanoff has been afraid of.
These specific monsters, or that the village is getting attacked?
He felt that there was an unbalance in the forest, and it's correcting itself again. And when he says that, Dremont, you feel that there is some sort of unbalancing or some sort of correction that's happening within the Comor forest. And with you guys killing these creatures, you feel that you've set it off balance even more.
Lovely. How would these potentially bring balance if they're chaos?
You'd have to ask
Are they a reflection of the unbalance?
They're the reflection of the unbalance. Yep.
Okay.
That's what your feeling is, Dremont. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Comor Forest has a way of manifesting things to correct it, and unfortunately, it manifests things in like horrible ways.
So we have to bring balance to the forest, is what you're telling us.
I'm not saying that. I'm not a. That is what Ivanoff and your friend Dremont would know. But I've known in the past when Ivanoff gets this isolated, there's a reason why.
So we need to find maybe the heart of the forest and find out what's corrupted it.
He kind of looks at you as like, I would assume something's going on with it, but it's not something from what Ivanoff was saying, it's not something that's bad that has unbalanced it. Something good hasn't unbalanced it, or something orderly has been put into place, and it should not be there. And so now the forest is trying to
free itself.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, it certainly doesn't have anything to do with us because we're not helping it.
It's not our fault.
It was like this when I got here.
It's back to rehab for Blake, no doubt. Yes, yeah. Gotta get Blake back and sober his ass up or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the more ones you roll, the more the forest will come into balance. I mean, why don't you just go forth and be yourselves? Really. You know?
So I should be using my spells and not my Warhammer.
That's right. Yeah.
And this is you feel this is recent though.
Yeah. It's about a week ago or so. You guys know about a week ago or 2 weeks ago. The time frame that Blake is talking about is the same time frame as the fog appeared.
Okay.
Coincidence? Who knows?
Yeah, what do you think, Dremont? You've had more experience with fog than I have.
So I'm just wondering why it took us back to when we were in that whatever that demon haunted place was, why it took us into the middle of the forest.
Blake looks at you. What demon haunted thing in the forest?
We were exploring this manor house that had been taken over by some sort of demon things. We never really got a chance to find out much about it because we ended up in some massive cavern on top of a pillar, and then we ended up in a barrow in north of here or west of here.
Well, you remember you guys ended up in that old elven tower room.
The old elven shrine, yeah. Yeah, it was an old abandoned temple just north of Scorn that's been taken over by demons and such, and we unfortunately got jetted away, and I have no idea what happened to our compatriots. They were still holding their own when we were ripped untimely from the battle.
Blake just kind of looks at both of you and just shifts. It's almost, he turns around and he nods. You don't see anybody there. And he nods again. He looks at you two, and he says, I may be able to help with some information, but I have to leave right now.
That's fair enough. You've had a rough night.
And he just, all of a sudden, he seems, he was already unsettled, but he seems even more unsettled now than from before. And he thanks you for your help for the Hounds Head, and then he heads back towards his town. And you see that mage standing there. He's looking at you two, looking very patient.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you standing there.
And he bows to both of you.
Yes. Thank you
My-
for your
my apologies.
You took action when it needed to be done while I was indisposed.
I am looking for someone to train and advise me on the adventuring ways, and I seem to have lost the person who was going to help me with that. Would
Oh.
you be able to help me with this?
Well, I dabble, and it seems to be working. I can share what I understand.
And that's all I would ask. And
Yeah.
you're a forest priest, correct?
Yes.
And what does one do to honor the forest that I could pay back for what it has given me?
You could go into the woods and provide a sacrifice of something valuable to you. Or you could do something that is in service to the forest, or both.
Are you in service of the forest, I am assuming?
That's what I'm attempting to do, but I feel like I've been failing at it.
You see him go up to the top there. You see him take a knife out, and he starts chiseling away the ice. And he comes back, and he hands you the bow. Maybe this will serve you.
What is it? A bow?
Yeah, it's a long bow.
I'm not sure that I'm a little short to use it.
Yeah. Yeah. We could use it if we work together. And I've had some misadventures with the bows. I'm a little shaky.
It's just a very small ballista.
Right, yeah.
I could put myself into it and launch myself.
True.
But,
well, I will keep it then.
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
Not that I can use it, but I would like to serve you, if that would be all right. I don't think I would like to wait for another adventuring party to come along and try to connect with them. You two seem to be honorable and brave and willing to save a stranger. So that shows more character than most of the people I've seen going through the Angry Priest Inn.
Yeah. What's your name?
Milos.
Milos?
Yeah, you see, he's middle-aged human.
Okay.
Got a green beard. He's looks like he's been scarred up from, like, his arms and hands look scarred up. Not so much like he's been in battles and fights, but just toil, lots of farm. He's from banging his hands on shit.
Sure.
On a lot of manual labor. Even though he's dressed as a mage, he's kind of got Popeye forearms.
Yeah.
He's got he kind of got that farmer strength, wiry strength to look to him.
He's got the old man strength going. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And he goes, I have just begun my path on the Arcane arts, but it is important to me to improve and be able to serve for the betterment of things.
Well, the world needs more of that, I would say. And
we would be honored to have you with us.
Yeah, we welcome aboard. And what was your companion's name? And we can, between Dremont and the other holy folks in town, we can make sure that they get properly.
What were you guys calling her? Julie?
Judy.
Judy. Her name's Judy.
Frozen Judy.
Frozen Judy. Yep.
I'd like to order a frozen Judy, please.
Yeah, Orange Judius. Anyway.
Orange Judius.
Judius.
All right.
So yeah, we'll make sure that she's properly sent to her reward.
I did not know her well, but she did seem like an honorable woman.
Okay, and human as well.
She's elf.
Oh,
she
okay.
was an elf. Yeah,
Oh,
she looked
she
like a
does have
commatory.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks more like she was a commatory elf.
Okay.
So yeah. All right, we're gonna cut to the meatheads.
Okay, I'll be back in just a minute.
All right, go ahead, Ken. Let's see here. And you guys were in Scorn.
Mm-hmm.
I could give a quick recap. Looking at my notes.
Yeah, give a quick recap again
Yeah.
so I can refresh my own memory.
We made it back to Scorn.
Mhm.
We have Godfrey in our group. We decided, since we all forgot where the fuck was Godfrey.
Yeah, where the fuck was Godfrey? Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Yeah. So on our way back to Scorn, we were going by trying to stay out of the way of anything that might fuck us, because we were kind of not in great shape or whatever.
Right.
And so we got back. We took a byways on the way to Godfrey's place. We came across a little prison area where 4 people were out there in shackles out there, and you're probably going to die of exposure.
Right.
There was some dude named Tybolt of the Diggers who knew Snickle. There was Waylon, who was a vulture, who was a gang of scavengers. He fought Tybolt. Then there was Leo Griff, who was a bard caught banging someone else's wife. And then there's Harold, who just got drunk, sells potatoes. And I freed Harold and Tybolt for 10 silver each, I think it was. Now I'm really broke. And then there was a party. We passed the Garden of Posimius. There was a party going on.
Remember that?
I donated 1 suit of chainmail that we had scavenged. Yeah, because I know Posimius is like the hoarder, be prepared guy. The
prepper god. Yeah,
prepper, ultimate Boy Scout, be prepared, right?
Yeah.
So that was my donation just to get into the Christmas party. Essentially, they were having there, and that way we got some food and drink and got to talk. Parson Roberts, he was there. It was from Hounds Head. His brother by blood runs this place in Scorn. So I asked him to. I needed to sell the mithril stuff so we could get better equipped to go back there and see what the hell happened to our buddies, right? So he didn't know of anybody in town except maybe one guy who was a Silent Knives prince. And I said, hey, give him this amulet in exchange for a meeting as a goodwill gesture. Maybe we could, then talk. Because the amulet was an amulet of a high ranking, if not a prince of the Silent Knives. So he was going to do that first thing in the morning. Then some dude with a crow said to me, I still got time. Says I have to try harder to get rid of that damn ring, which I had been thinking about getting rid of anyway after the demon disaster that we saw, that evil, horrendous nastiness up there in the temple. So I'm like having second thoughts about allying with these things, Plus, it made me a mark against any demon anywhere wants to kill me because I'm allied with that guy, right? So it's like, it's not giving me any benefits, right? So I said, you know what? Yeah, maybe I will. So Parson Roberts gave me a candle with a light on it. When he gave me that, the ring started to burn on my finger. I tried to take the ring off. It didn't happen. It was burning me. I denounced the demon, called him a fuck you, and this and that. And by the time I was able to, I chopped my finger off, but the burning kept going. And
then Tarin Doomsinger saved your life.
He did. He gave me the amulet of get me the fuck out of this bad situation I'm in. And then the burning stopped, and all I have left is the pointer finger and the thumb on my left hand.
You got yourself, but you can still go. Good to see you.
Yeah. I could do.
You still got double guns.
Yep. We're good. So so we went. I took the ring, put it in a bag without touching it. I went to the Temple of Sarath because I know they deal with all things demonic and hate it and blah blah blah. They did a thing, I think, on me or whatever, make sure I'm okay. And then they said, "Why don't you stay overnight for observation?" They didn't think the ring was that bad or that powerful or whatever. But so me and Tarin are staying overnight for observation, which really is like it's like 2 or 3 a.m. anyway. I think anyway.
Right.
So tomorrow afternoon, I guess, when we get up, hopefully by that time, Parson Roberts or his brother, I forget who it was going to do the deed with the amulet. Hopefully we're going to see Parson Roberts in the afternoon over the Guard of Pausanias, find out if he set up the meeting for us, and we could maybe arrange to sell these mithril coins because they're worth more than the value of the mithril because they're antique and all that, and ornate from old days. So hopefully he gives us some money because we got 3 of them in the bank. We could basically try to get some better gear. I want to get a better sword, maybe, or whatever the hell I can get. And then because we can buy stuff from the Adventurers Guild. They have good stuff there, but we just never had enough money to get anything from there, So hopefully we could buy some better gear, get the hell out of here, and go find out what happened to our friends. And I hit 6th level at the end of the last game.
Right, remember that. And then Paul's got a Chia pet.
Yes, and I have a 1 XP penalty for this game because I hit in 6th level. So
right, yep. Okay. All right. I couldn't remember if we had gotten that far yet with the Sarath, but that was the part I was unsure about. So
it's a Chia possum, by the way.
Chia possum, to be exact. Yeah,
possums are ugly, man. They're ugly little creatures. Could have gotten a raccoon. They're kind of cute,
Yeah. Oh well. You get what you get, huh?
Yeah.
He's got a possum. You don't. Don't be jealous.
True.
I got fingers. He doesn't.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
I'm gonna feed my fingers to his possum to try to bond with him. The remains of my fingers.
The thing will be demon possessed.
A little blood.
Right.
Yeah, he has green eyes now. Glowing green eyes.
So you hear a knock on your door there, Columbo?
Oh, where are we in the Sarath now? Still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we in the same room?
I think we said, my friends stay with me, okay? And you said yes. So
yeah. You guys kind of the rooms that you're staying in is very monastic. Very, basically got cots, 1 candle in the middle, no luxuries whatsoever. And even though it's cold outside, and this place is just almost like a vault, some sort of a tomb where the people can get in and out. The way it's almost built, it stays warm where you're at, and before the sun rises, you hear a knock on your door.
All right. I'll go to the door, open it up, make sure I don't have like evil demonic appendages first, so they don't kill me upon sight.
No, you don't have any evil demonic appendages.
All right. No horns. I wanted a horn, one horn or tail or something. Anyway. All right.
You're getting there, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you just got, just
little nubs on the
jacked up hand. Yeah.
Yeah. And Tim, I forget. Did you say I can't use a shield anymore? Was that the gist?
No. You can use a shield. You just can't use 2-handed weapons.
2-handed weapons. Okay. All right.
Yeah. It won't stop you from using a shield.
All right. Good.
You see a teenage boy with some a tray of food, and he enters without saying anything. He just kind of walks by you.
All right.
And he moves the candle from the small table, puts the tray of food on the table, and then turns around, walks out, closes the door, doesn't say anything.
Okay. Thank you, I think. Yeah. Sit down, look at the food, and look at
very basic food, but it looks clean, looks good.
All right. Yeah, might as well chow down.
Yeah, and there's enough that there's like one. You're kind of insulted by the offering of ale that they have with it. It's just a small cup of ale. It's you're it's just enough just to wet your whistle, and nothing much more than that.
So me and Tarin are sharing one plate of food.
No, you each get you
okay.
both get your own serving of food or whatever.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, yeah, chow down.
Okay.
I'll wait for
Yeah, and then soon after that, outside while you guys were eating, you hear a bell ring.
Okay.
And then soon after that, you hear people walking outside your door.
All right.
Where you're at, like to describe it a little bit better, where they put you at is this one branch hallway where it just looks like almost like a hotel. You just have a series of doors, and there's door right across from you, and then down a little ways there's another door across from that. And there's not much feature to it. There's not much ornamentation at all in this. But you hear after the bell, you hear the doors open in the other chambers and people moving by your door.
All right.
So our door does not open when that bell rings.
No. It just sounds like they're opening and they're just leaving their rooms.
Yeah. I'm gonna open the door and see what's up.
You see acolytes, people dressed in Saras, and you can tell by their garb and everything. We're talking acolytes, so these in gaming terms, not even leveled. Heading towards outside the hall, heading towards something.
Okay. I'm gonna wait. They're probably going to church.
What is going on out there, Columbo?
I think they're going to mass. I don't want to enter mass with the taint of who on me. Might get.
And as you try to put one piece of morsel in your food, Tarin, the possum grabs it out of your hand really slowly and then puts it in its mouth and starts eating.
Well, even ugly animals like you must eat.
Then he takes a bite himself.
All right, and then not too long after the crowd disperses, you see the priest that greeted you the night before approaches you.
Just that woman, yeah.
Yep. So I hope you rested well.
We did. It was thank you for the meal. That was unnecessary, but appreciated. I feel okay. Do you sense any of the taint on me still?
Well, we'll have to be determined. I don't think you'll have too much, but if any taint is upon you, we will purge you of it, and then it won't be an issue any longer.
Oh, much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Why don't you come with me, and we'll get things started. He looks at Tarin again. He's like, you may come also. Are you a follower of Pausanias?
We share similar values.
You're a doom singer.
I am.
You see her kind of nod at that. Like, okay. Interesting. But why don't you both come with us? The one thing I have to say, Tarin, please do not interfere with the ritual. I know your people are prone to explosive outbursts.
What?
Yeah.
Are you saying that we're explosive? Can we blow up at just about anything?
Well, only with beans. I've noticed the beans is when he blows up. Other than that, he's more calm than most. But my lady, I would like to donate something to the cause, regardless of how the ritual turns out. Just an appreciation for your kindness here. We have I'll give her another set of chainmail just for your people. No, we were down to 2.
Okay. She nods. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, before Tarin gets too loud, he starts like a breathing exercise. He's like,
1, 2, 3.
Yes, I
4.
shall not.
1, 2.
I shall not interfere. There'll be no interference.
I was going to say, Ken might remember that we might have a little flashback in this next scene. So you enter a room, and the room is a library. There's walls of tomes and books and scrolls. It's a hexagonal shaped room, and it has 2 levels. You guys are on the bottom level, and really the second level is just basically a balcony around it. But there's another level of bookshelves up there.
Yeah,
There's some chairs and everything. There's a giant fireplace in the center of it, and there's a chair there, and you see I don't know how to describe it, but like a curved carpet or rug, like with the symbol like a snake coiling around it and entwining a spear on the center of it, and the one chair is in the center of that, facing the fire.
Okay.
And she motions, please sit.
And that chair?
Yes.
Oh, all right. That seems like a grand chair for such a lowly. All right. Well, yeah, sure. I'll go sit in the chair.
And there's a few other people, and these guys, as you're walking by them, they have the same ornamentation, same. It looks like the same sort of importance within the temple. They all look like priests.
No acolytes here,
except for one guy who was at the fire, and he's wearing what looks like burlap sacks sewn together. And he turns around, and you see all these boiling pustules on his face and his hands.
Oh man!
And he's like picking. I know what he is. And he's picking at his hand, and he goes, "Is this the one?" and then you see here the priest. It's like, "Yep, this is the one." And
you are a sin eater, are you not, sir? I've heard tale of you.
I am a sin eater, very wise dwarf, very wise. And he's like, "You look like you would be a great feast for me. You have much inside you to consume."
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been many, many, many moons since my last confession.
Wait, are we doing a ritual, or are you going to eat him? Or is that
I'm only going to eat the evil parts. And as he says that, you see one of the pustules on the side of his cheek just burst, and you see this ooze coming down his face and a slick kind of glaze. And he just kind of wipes it away, and he looks at it as his hand, smells it, and then he starts heading towards the seated Columbo.
Oh. God.
Oh,
good luck, Columbo.
I've smelled worse. I've smelled worse, Tarin, from you. So I'm ready.
That is true. I'm going to step back 2 paces just to be sure.
What'd you say, Ken?
I said I feel like I need it. I have a sudden craving for a donut.
A cream-filled donut?
Just a glazed donut.
Just a glazed donut?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he gets towards you, and he looks up at the priest. He goes, we begin. We don't have all day. And when he says that, they all start praying. And you hear this chanting behind you. Let me make a quick roll, though. Hopefully you don't get short-circuited right away here, Joe. Whoops. There we go.
That would suck. Oh, nat 20. Holy shit.
Nat 20.
Finally
all right.
in our favor.
So around you, you see this protective circle form around you. That's what you're going to assume. It looks like one of these protective circles that forms around you. Yep. They're on the outside of it. The Sin Eater is on the inside of it.
Yeah.
And the Sin Eater comes up to you and it says, "Where's the ring at?"
I have given it to her.
And she looks up. He looks up. "Where's the ring you've been withholding from me?" And you hear some grumbling behind you. And she produces the ring and hands it to I told you about this before. And he takes the ring.
What do you say? I told you what?
I told you about this before.
Oh.
And he grabs the ring and he's looking, and you see the ring, Joe, that, how there's like, there's the old stone toad.
Yeah.
And that, and you see it, he's grabbing it and he's making a fist with it. And the pustules that are on his hands are turning black and becoming more like hard, oozy, and his hand starts turning the same color as what's the remains of your hand. And he's holding on to it, and you see his jaw dislocates, and he shoves his entire fist into his mouth and bites down, and he chews off his hand.
Oh, nice.
And he's sitting there chewing off his hand while he's looking at you. And he's got like drool coming out and, just gross thing coming out. And he's chewing it. And he looks up, and he licks his lip. And then now he's got the snub of a hand and he's looking up at you. And now it's your turn. And he licks his lips and heads towards you, Joe. What do you do?
I hold my balls with my good hand. And what do you want?
He starts sniffing you. And he when he gets down to your ear, Joe, he says, "You can change your mind if you want to."
I don't know that there's any real choice in the matter.
There's always choice.
Yeah, I made some wrong choices. Now I must pay.
So you want it out of you then, do you?
All of it. I'm not gonna.
Are you willing to pay the price, dwarf?
What is the price?
That will be reckoned with after I eat what I need to eat.
What is the price what is the denomination of the price?
You. Pieces of you.
You're going to eat some of me as the price to get the evil out of me?
You let it into you.
Oh, let's negotiate the body parts you're eating here. I have use for some of them.
It will not be a body part. And you see him raise up his hand, and you see that his hand is slowly growing back.
Well, that's creepy. Well, what will it be then? What part of me?
He starts. He takes up his little tiny finger that now that you see is like that his hand's about the size of a baby doll hand.
Yeah.
And he pokes you in the forehead with one of his little tiny fingers.
Is this Deadpool?
Yeah.
It's going to be in there.
You want some of my memories and experiences?
Well, it does cost a little bit, but I don't charge much.
Can I choose which ones to give you? Because I've had some doozies I wouldn't mind getting rid of.
I don't even get to choose. You have already chosen which ones you're going to give me.
Oh. Then it's definitely the one with that chick that I met. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Let her rip.
All right. So what he does, Joe, is he grabs a hold of you and he puts his mouth on your mouth.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, yes, this is a flashback.
And you start.
I can't believe you're doing this again.
He does it to each of my characters. Snickle got a little of his action too once.
And you start feeling like he's drawing something out, like it's like tearing, even though it's physical pain. You're not, it's not like body parts are falling off. He's ripping stuff out of you, and it's not surgically removed.
Yeah.
This is like he sees an evil, and it feels like just a ham-fisted thing. He grabs it, rips it out, grabs it, eats it, rips it out.
Yeah.
And after about what seems like an interminable about Tarin, this lasts all of probably 10 seconds. This happens.
Tarin would like to use his X card. Tarin does not feel comfortable with man putting mouth on Columbo.
Oh, that is so funny.
I
One
figured,
of
let me
these
go
days, I
for it.
got to go through here and just do like, the best of, and just capsulate some of these, those things. Oh, that's so freaking funny.
I figure I'm going to do this because I'm not wasting a nat 20. They never go our way that way. I'm not wasting a nat 20. This ritual is going to work completely. There will be no demon left in me.
Well, I mean, actually, that's just for the ritual to cast a protection spell, just in case the demon pops out of you and they don't get attacked. So it's really for their protection, not your protection.
Oh, all right.
So it lasts 10 seconds.
Yeah, so you see that this happens. 10 seconds later, you see Columbo is just glazed over. He's sitting in the seat and he just looks. He's breathing, but that looks like that's all he's doing.
Tarin asks, he says, is Columbo okay?
We shall see how good Columbo is. It will take some time. And he goes, he was quite evil inside.
Oh, yes, very evil.
But I think there's enough of him left for later.
Later?
You may take him now. I have finished with him.
What do I say? Can I talk to him? Am I able to?
You're like feeling this excruciating pain. You're having basically what's happening, Joe, is while this is happening, is you're seeing all the images of when you were interacting with Ostun or made choices because of Ostun or anything related about that, and it's getting torn out of you.
Okay.
I'm going to go forward and pick him up and put him over my shoulder. And am I taking him out back to our room?
Let him rest for a couple days. We will make sure he gets fed and the proper drink. And in 3 days' time, I think he'll be ready to join us again.
Oh, for round 2?
Yes, I will keep watch over him.
A good friend. A good friend indeed. You might be tasty too, my friend.
Oh, no. Not tasty at all.
And you kind of...
You shall taste my doom!
I mean, he kind of poking at some new pustules that have formed, and he scrapes them away on his thing and just sort of picks at them. And you see the other priestess like, yeah, you can take him back to the room, and we'll make sure that you are not bothered any for that duration.
Yeah, with a side eye, I kind of look at him, and then I walk out.
And he takes his little tiny hand while you're walking out and does the little hand wave at you.
Yeah, fun with that baby hand.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Get yourself some baby oil.
So you get back to your room and you find another possum in there.
Another what? Possum?
Another possum?
A possum is sitting on your bed, Paul.
Okay, I look at the possum is with me, and I look at him.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the other possum.
They look exactly the same.
You did not tell me you had relatives.
And if a possum could shrug, it shrugs.
So I put Columbo down on his cot, and then I walk over to the other possum. What is the other possum doing?
When you put Columbo on the cot, you see it pops off the cot, goes over to Columbo, and sits on top of Columbo and lays down.
Oh.
okay. I see. You've come to protect Columbo. That's good. Huh. Well, then we shall rest for the day, I guess. We will sit and I will watch Columbo.
Is there anything you want to do during those 3 days, Tarin?
Well, let's see. For 3 days, what can I do? What can I? What do the priests of Sereth come in? Do I have access to any other parts of the temple? Do I?
Yeah, the door's open. It's not like they're keeping you prisoner or anything like that.
Right.
The only thing that happens is once in a while you'll get a kid. Sometimes it's the same kid. Sometimes it's a different kid. Comes in, serves you your meal, and then walks out. Doesn't say a thing.
Huh. Okay. While Columbo's in the bed there, I guess for Tarin will. He does not understand. I guess. I mean, what? I don't know. What does Tarin understand what Sereth is about? Do I have knowledge of what it is, or am I? Would I be ignorant?
You know the basics of it. Like the basics of Sereth. What you know is definitely a warrior god. It is the god that killed and fought off the demons. Was the head of the demon war and took care of what would be the equivalent of like a demon god. He was the one who led the armies against him and pretty much takes all credit. Even though all the gods are involved, Sereth is pretty much a glory hog and wants to and takes all the credit for it. Okay. And is definitely into order and discipline.
The antithesis of you, dude. In every way.
And that is true, and maybe that's what he wonders. He asks, would any of your priests, warriors, maybe teach me more discipline?
Who are you asking there, Paul? Are you asking
any of the people in the hallway? Like, I'm just kind of wandering around, going,
okay.
Yeah, while I'm here, I would like to.
Are you looking for an acolyte priest or even possibly a Meridian?
Okay.
Meridian is their version of a paladin, and they're usually like very stoic. Remember the guy that you almost got in a fight with after you tried to save the guy from?
Oh, that guy.
The one you actually backed down from. The
guys that came up,
yeah. When the guy was trying to be cheap when he was given his sacrifice thing, you kind of backed away from him a little bit. That was a lion, or not a lion, a Meridian.
A Meridian.
Yeah, that's the name of their paladins. That they're their champions for Sereth.
Meridian.
Yeah, I think what I'd like to, if I can learn some sort of skill, discipline, that would be that'd be something I'd work on for those 3 days, because Tarin finds himself, he finds himself in that weird place where his actions are not are not fruitful in many ways, and so he has to discover another way to get things done without he's still going to be him, but he's going to be he needs to be more disciplined.
He wants more tools in his toolbox.
He does. He needs it, right. Clearly Tarin is a hammer and everything else is a nail, so he must open his toolbox.
He's multi-classing.
That's what Joe says.
Yeah, that's what Joe said. So who are you going to approach with that? Then I'm sorry.
Is there? I guess I don't know. Are there these Meridans in the hallway?
Well, if you wait for one, you probably have got a good chance of seeing one, and since you're in the main temple, yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, then I would like to approach one if one's there. I mean, they're going to see me for 3 days, so I mean, at least they know I'm there. I'm out. I'm kind of, whatever. So I approach anyone that looks like one of those Meridans, and I I approach them, and Tarin says, "Yes, I'm going to be here for 3 days, and I would like to know if
puts up
there
his
is any-"
hands.
Huh?
Whoever you went to talk to puts up his hand.
Yes.
Do I know? And he's dressed. This guy's dressed. And he's probably about. How tall is your guy, Paul?
He's probably 6'1".
Okay, this guy's probably about 6'6". Kind of a bigger guy, dressed in black plate mail. Has pretty much the whole armaments on. He's carrying a black spear that you definitely radiates some sort of aura type magic from it. He goes, "Are you speaking to me without being spoken to?"
He looks around and goes, "Nobody else is speaking, so I guess I am."
It's proper to introduce oneself before speaking.
I am Tarin Doomsinger.
And why does that matter to me?
Well, I am here with my friend for... he takes a deep breath. I am here with my friend for a few days while the priests of Sarath are working on him. And I have some downtime and would like to improve myself. And I have heard much of the Meriden and was wondering if I might learn something from you.
So you're a guest of the temple?
Yes.
He takes his helmet that he's carrying. He doesn't have it on. He puts it under one of his arm on one of his arms. So you want to learn more of the Meriden way?
Yes, I would like to learn.
How much time do you have?
I guess 3 days. I'm doing this on day 1, so I have three days, I believe.
3 days. Yeah. So you want to learn what it is to be Meriden in 3 days,
or any portion of that is of value.
Because since you're a guest, I will do this.
I am thankful for your time.
He looks at you. He goes, "I will have my man get you. That's dinner time, and then we will talk."
He bows his head to him.
And this guy turns to talk, and right behind him, you see that female priest that was helping you guys out and everything. Mm-hmm. She's walking towards you, and she leans through. "What did you say to him?"
I just asked him for his time. While that I'm here, might I learn something from the Meriden?
You are brave.
Boy, thank you.
Right. All right. How is Columbo doing?
Well, he is fine. His possum laying upon him, so I imagine he's doing fine.
There's another possum in your room?
Yes. What does that mean?
She looks at your possum. You obviously have affinity for... Are you favored by Possimius or something? Is this what's going on?
Well, I was given an amulet, and this amulet of Possimius was given to me at some party, and then Columbo started to die, I think, and so I thought, well, maybe this could not hurt. So I put it upon him.
I know the amulet.
Yeah, okay. And so that helped him, and so then this possum climbed upon my shoulder and seems to have taken to me. So maybe I find favor with Possimius.
That makes sense. He knows which god can handle what. Possimius couldn't possibly handle this kind of situation, so it was intelligent of him to refer to us. So that makes sense. Well, whatever your interactions is with and she kind of whispers, Meraiden Gorgon, that it serves you in the way you wish it does.
That is my hope.
And you come around lunchtime or supper time, and you hear a knock on the door. But this time it's not a young boy. You see a priest standing there. This one's definitely looks like is not as high as up as the lady is. From what you can tell, you're starting to learn the different ranks within the church now, and you can see the differences in the robes that they wear and everything. So now when you start encountering Sarath, you're going to be able to identify, maybe the different levels of them or whatever.
Right.
This guy kind of looks like a fresh journeyman type of priest. And he's like, good evening. And you are the Doomsinger, I believe. Tarin.
I am indeed the Doomsinger. Yes. Tarin Doomsinger.
And how should I refer to you?
Tarin Doomsinger is fine. Or Tarin, or
Tarin
Doomsinger, or Doom, or whatever you like.
Mr. T. He did have an amulet around his neck.
That's turned up now. I don't have that anymore.
And he bows his head and he goes, my name is Karajan.
Hello, Karajan.
And I am the priest of the First Order.
Okay. First
what
Order.
That means is I serve my Lord Gorgon until he sees that I have learned enough to move on and become more independent.
I wish you well in your journey.
This is the first lesson he wanted me to give you. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes, wish to proceed.
And he goes, part of the requirement would be as come as you are. Do you wish to wear what you wear? Do you have the weapons that you want? Do you have the equipment that you want?
Well, I think so. It's all I have. I do not have much money or wealth or possessions. I must come as I am.
Bows. Then follow me, and we will dine with Gorgon. So you go down the hallway, and he takes you into a bit of a grander hallway. Doesn't look too much different from the one you're in. Maybe a little wider, maybe a little taller. Still no ornamentation. And the door you go in doesn't look any different from the door that you have. And you go inside there. The room's definitely much bigger, but it is very sparse in its Spartan in its thing. He's got a table. He's got two chairs. He's got lighting in there. You see a bed off to one side, an armor stand, weapon stand, just some real basic things. But on the table, you see that there is some basic foods and then like a pitcher of mead in the middle. And you see him stand. He goes, Tarin Doomsinger, Meraiden Gorgon, I am, and I greet you and welcome you.
Yes, I welcome you as well, Meraiden Gorgon.
Before you enter, is there anything you wish as my guest? As it is your right to ask for hospitality of one thing.
Only your wisdom, sir.
Well spoken. Please join me. And the priest pulls out your chair for you, sits you down, and you see the priest goes around, starts.
Karen is super uncomfortable with this, by the way.
I'm sure.
Not very comfortable with things being done for him or any of those things. Those are very complex thoughts for him.
And and on the table, what you're seeing, Tarin, is you're seeing everything it looks like everything's in a precise order. Everything has a place. The utensils are in the right place, on the right side, at the right angle. The bowls are positioned in such a way, and Meraiden Gorgon says, observe the table and learn. Even our most basic things, we put ourselves into it. We want order in every aspect of our lives. So when the chaos comes, we are the most prepared to take advantage of our opportunities to right this.
I see. Yes, very orderly.
And he goes, but there is one thing out of sorts. What do you see that is the chaos within this order?
Would he know immediately what was out of order?
Give him a wisdom roll. Yeah, give him a wisdom roll. Let's see.
Okay.
Starting to learn stuff.
Can I catch a break?
So we'll let that roll go speak for itself. Yeah,
That's right. He just looks at it and goes, "No, I do not see what is out of order."
Well, there's wisdom in that answer. Then I will give you more my time. And he looks at the priest, and he gets up and he walks out of the room, and the priest starts serving you food. And he goes, that went very well. He leans in and he starts serving, gets you a plate, starts serving you food, and serves you the ale, everything. Nothing's fancy. It's all basic stuff, but it's very good. You know,
right.
everything is made, everything, but very basic. And you see Meraiden Gorgon come back, and he's dressed in his armor, and he's got a spear in his hand, and he goes, now let's see how you battle.
Oh, Tarin likes that. He stands up very slowly and goes, now that I understand.
And Meraiden Gorgon says, we shall see. And he motions you to go through the door.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do you have all your stuff? And you go to this small arena. It looks like it's in the middle. It's outside. There's some seating around there, and you see that there's several people sitting here. And you see Meraiden Gorgon look towards his priest and gives him the slightest frown and continues in there. And he stands on one side of the arena and he goes, Tarin Doomsinger, please attack.
Okay. So let's see what he's going to do. He takes his axe. Let's see. And he will do a spinning swing. He will just do something crazy like that. He's gonna do a whirling swing into him.
Right.
One-handed, and let's see what that does.
Okay.
18.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Would it be 15 or 14?
14, because that one's with your.
That's correct. 14.
Yep. Okay, 14. All right, go ahead and take 14 points off of your hit points as you
my hit points.
Yep, it reflects back at you.
Oh, dadgummit.
And he shakes his head. You have to know your opponent before you attack him.
He says,
chance.
I have faced this once before. I saw no magic.
And you did not learn from it. Can you not see the magic around me?
No. No, I cannot.
Yeah. He goes, let me show you. And he puts his hand on the back of your neck and he squeezes, Tarin. And it's not hard, but it's definitely firm. And he holds up his spear and he goes, look at it. And you feel this power going through you. Let me see if it works though, because even he can screw up shit. Just enough. And you start seeing this aura form around the spear. Very faint. It's hard to tell. It kind of fades and goes. It fades and goes and everything. But you do see some sort of aura around the spear. And he goes, if you train yourself well enough, you'll be able to do this. You'll be able to see the magic. And if you do it long enough, you'll be able to understand the magic. He takes his hand off the back of your neck. And now, if you attack me, what will happen? If you've experienced this before.
Well, if I remember correctly, at least in the people that I've fought that have had this, they've only been able to do it once.
Correct. Because there's order and law even in magic. It has its rules. Learn those, because that will become your biggest friend and help you in many, many battles. Because I'm going to assume that it's not the martial that makes you afraid. It's more the magic that makes you afraid.
You would be correct.
Or fear. So the first thing you must do is know your enemy and learn that one the most. Study that one the most.
And he bows his head to him. Yes, I see wisdom in this.
All right, make a roll real quick. And you're going to need an 18 or above.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Just a straight roll.
Just straight roll. Okay.
Or yeah, you need a D20, but you just won't have any bonuses or
Gotcha.
anything. It's just a straight roll. This is almost just the base luck roll.
Okay.
And you can use your luck on it too if you want.
Yes, I would like to use my luck since I have not used it.
Might as
I'll
well.
re-roll that. Oh crap! Nice.
Okay, but nothing bad happens or anything like that. But you're under. You feel like you've understood about a little bit about what he said. You take in what you want to take in of what he said. And he dismisses you, and you can go back to your room at this time.
Okay.
Joe.
He bows and leaves.
You are standing in front of the demon temple in that cave.
Okay.
With a stone toad. And you see the ring in its mouth.
Yes.
And you hear the words, take it.
No.
Take it. You have in the past.
I'm a different person now. I hold up my hand. It was missing some fingers.
And it's not missing fingers right now.
Look at that. No.
And you see the sin eater come from around behind you. And he holds it up to you. Why don't you take it, good sir?
I don't
you
want
have
it.
in the past.
Why don't
you do it again?
You can eat it again if you want. I'm good.
And he holds it out to you, and he starts trying to touch you with the ring.
I'll back away. Why have my weapons on me and shit?
Yeah, you got your weapons on you.
All right. I'll draw the weapons and shield out and back away.
You're going to kill me? I'm only trying to offer what you really, really want.
I'm just defending myself against the taint of evil.
What if I said you could be more powerful if you wore this?
Nah.
What if he promised you more things?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
And you see him kind of start scratching at his face again, and the little pustules start popping. So no, you choose no.
No, I choose no.
And he goes, well, then take the ring now. And you see that it looks like a mithril ring, Joe.
I'm good.
No?
No.
Is it me?
You are kind of ugly, but no, it's the ring.
And then you see his hand. He opens up his hand again, and the ring's gone. And now the cave evaporates like around you.
Yeah.
And now you're in the battle with the demons. And you see those demons around you fighting, and you see yourself in the midst of those, like you're the third person viewer.
Yeah.
And while that fight was going on, you see just off the way, you see a small stone toad watching, observing the fight.
All right.
Do you do anything?
I walk over to the toad. Imagine I'm immune to the getting killed in here, right?
Yeah, as you walk past or walk through, you know, like some of the stuff it's almost, you know, or it's unsubstantial. You just pass right through it. Nobody seems to be paying attention to you.
This is all right. Then I'm going to walk up to the toad.
And the toad faces you.
All right. Stand above it and say, this is a trick I learned in this combat. Exactly. Actually, I whip it out and piss on the toad. Be gone, toad.
So you piss on the toad.
That's what I think of you, toad. Be gone.
It's called the Tarinator.
All right.
The shower of doom.
The shower of doom. That's right.
The golden shower of doom. I love it.
Oh,
Special attack.
it hits with a nat 20.
It hit me?
Jumps. Yeah, it jumps and it bites you, Joe. And it's going to try to swallow you whole because it hit a nat 20.
Of course.
You take 4 points of damage from the attack, and now you have to do a strength check. You got to beat a 15. You got to beat a 15 or above.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember, for these kind of things, because you have grit, I can't remember if is your grit for strength or is it for dex? Oh, okay. Yeah.
So what do I have to get? You beat DC what?
15. It's a tough one.
All right.
Oh, got it. Time. So you break free from it. What do you want to do?
I'll stab the toad in the face. Imagine as my dream, I have a masterwork longsword. Now I'll use the good one.
Yeah, well, this thing's doing physical damage to you. Yeah. So, like, while everything else was ignoring you, this thing saw you and is coming after you.
All right. Yeah, I'm swinging.
Okay.
Oh, who's your daddy now, Toad boy?
Man, we're getting severe rolls now. Damn. All right. All right. Now you get to remember to add another die to your roll too, Joe.
Okay. 12 plus, is that one the other die or something?
I don't know what oh yeah, it is your other die. Yeah, because it's another D8. So
13.
13 points of damage. That's still pretty damn good. All right. It's still up, but you took a chunk out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it attacks again.
Miss. Yach.
Well, what you hear, it looks like it was trying to do something, but you're
I've heard that many a time. It's the Dremont effect.
you know that smell well.
The golden shower of doom and the Dremont effect. Now
that's right.
We've got.
All right, go ahead and do your attack, Joe.
All right. Oh, bitch.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and do another 10 round. All right, you slice into it, and the toad turns to stone and crumbles to the ground.
All
right, and you start hearing things outside, but you don't seem to be able to move yet. Your body is almost it's like you want to move, but your body isn't ready yet.
Yeah.
It's still kind of churning around, and you're hurting inside quite a bit. But you notice that there is a possum sitting on you.
I try to mouth or mumble, Tarin, your beast is on me.
You know, you can't look around, but you don't even hear Tarin in your room.
All right. Why do I smell him? Because I'd smell him before I heard him.
Well, his smell lingers, so it's hard.
Right.
That's not going to help you. Yeah. There's no Febreze in the world. All right. And the next day, what you see yourself at the party, Joe.
Yeah.
At the and you see yourself taking off the ring. And this is a third party view type thing.
Yeah.
And while you're watching it, you see this creature that you didn't see before holding on to the ring and gripping onto it. And it looks like it's made of a decaying thing. It's like an amorphous creature that's just sort of holding on to you. But as far as you've seen, this thing is like the epitome of like evil and vileness, and it's got a hold of you. What do you do?
I'm at the party. There's a thing holding me, like with his hands or with energy?
With its hands.
Okay.
It's holding on to you, like in your hand and everything.
Oh, it's holding my hand, but the ring is on. My hand is still at this point.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to strength check to break the free of it or something, if that's a thing I could do.
It's not on the hand that you have now. This is it's holding on to the one you were still at the party. You're watching this as a third party observer.
I see. Okay. Okay. All right. Then I'll walk up behind it and backstab this shit and thing, or whatever with my sword.
Yeah.
Free it of holding me.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any bonus to attack because it's like from behind or something?
It knows you're there.
All right. Okay.
And it is basically, let's see.
14.
14. That hits. Yep.
All right.
That's what you need, actually.
11.
11. Okay. It goes through, but does not. What are you attacking with, Joe?
The masterwork longsword.
All right. It doesn't seem to do any damage. It's inside the creature.
All right.
And it turns around and lashes out at you, but it keeps one hand on the ring.
Okay.
All right. And it strikes out at you and completely misses. And go ahead. What do you want to do next?
I'll let loose the grip on the masterwork longsword and draw the hard silver bastard sword one-handed here.
You okay?
Swing that.
All right. Go ahead.
21.
Yep. Go ahead. Do your damage.
Whopping 1.
However, you see it you get a reaction from it.
Can he use his luck point in his dream?
What?
Yeah, of course. You can use it at any time.
I was going to say, you can use your luck point in your dream if you wanted to do more damage.
Let's see what it does. Let's see what happens. What's the reaction?
Oh, it goes after you this time.
Oh, all right.
It lets go of the ring and attacks you.
Let's go to the ring. That's a good thing.
Yep, missed both times.
All
What
right.
are you AC 20 or 19 right now, Joe?
Well, if this is my fantasy, I got the masterwork chainmail on, so I'm 20. So,
well, I mean, you're still wearing the stuff you had when you went into the.
oh, okay, then
the
19.
stuff.
19.
19. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
right.
you see it lashes out at you, and when it slashes out at you, part of it detaches from itself but misses.
Okay. Another swing then with the bastard sword.
All right.
19.
Good grief, you are determined.
7.
There you go. Still up, but that definitely takes a chunk out of it. You see the part of it. I guess the best way to describe it is almost like venom. It's kind of got a gooey little venom in it, and like while your masterwork sword kind of got lodged into it and kind of stuck in there, this thing just sliced right through it.
Okay. Is the sword still in it? My masterwork sword is still sitting in this thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I definitely want that back. This guy ain't getting away.
Gosh, this thing.
Nice. That one.
So you see this thing feebly flailing at you, desperately.
Right. Another one.
22. 22. Yeah, that hits. 2 points of damage. All right. And it's only going to get one attack on you this time because it's all mocked. Well, I don't think I've rolled above a 10. And it's got +3. All right, your attack.
Oh, missed it. All right. 23.
Good grief.
I know. I'm checking the formula. Make sure I didn't fuck it up in some way. Yeah, that's
No,
right.
you're just rolling high, dude.
Yeah.
You see it kind of, it just sort of evaporates into a black goo.
I'll grab the sword out before it kills the sword.
No, it falls to the ground. It doesn't do any damage to it or anything like that. But what you do see on the hand and the finger and everything, you see that goo still on your hand.
On the hand that of the me that I'm watching.
The me that you're watching that still had fingers that will soon disintegrate.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. And now, Paul, what do you want to do for you? Are you going to go back to the Meraiden?
For day 2's lesson? Karate Kid?
Yeah, I was going to say if does the acolyte come back to me, or is he assumed to, or am I
the acolyte
supposed to go find
knocks on the door?
Got me.
Yeah, so the acolyte comes get you.
Okay.
And he says, Meraiden Gorgon is waiting for you. And when you approach, he's got his bat to you. He's in the battle. This time you guys are in a courtroom or courtyard, and he's got his back to you. He goes, "What would you give as a gift to someone who has saved your life?"
Well, I would probably pledge an oath of some kind, a gift of protection or of loyalty.
And what would you pledge to a god?
To a god? Well, I would pledge my life, I guess.
Have you done that?
Well, to Ramla, possibly. I've given myself to the doom.
You've given yourself to the doom.
Yes.
Is that enough for you?
It has been thus far, but clearly I'm at an impasse, maybe.
Seems like you seek truths.
I have known doom since I was young. It is all I have known is doom.
And what if I told you there was more to it than just doom?
Then I would listen once again to your wisdom.
So if I teach you this and I save you, you would pledge your life to me or to Sarath?
That depends. Are you a god?
I am not a god. I am a servant, like all of us.
Well, then I would pledge my loyalty to you.
My loyalty is to Sarath, and if Sarath saved you, you would pledge your life to him.
If he so saved me, how would I know? What does that mean?
That's what I want to show you. How much are you willing to give?
Tarin says,
he turns around and faces you, and you see that he doesn't have his armor on right now. He is dressed. I mean, he's still kind of dressed in dark clothes,
right.
The brooding dark stuff and whatnot. Doesn't have his weapons on him. And he walks towards you. He goes, "I'm standing before you as a man, as a teacher, as a faithful as Sarath, and I am offering you the chance of a new life, saving you from the doom and learning our ways.
Well, Tarin thinks about this. He thinks it for him. He says, to give up the doom. Would I still be a doom singer?
You will always be a doom singer. That is part of you. But you will be a new order of doom singers.
Yes,
so to speak.
A new order of doom singer. I could give myself to that, yes. To be the
And what are
first.
you willing to give?
He says.
How much were you willing to give for that?
He says, listen, if he says, to you, my loyalty, to Seraph, my life.
And he nods at that. And you see him take the cloak off his back, folds it over his arm, and offers it to you.
Tarin holds out both his hands.
And he gives it to you.
What does this mean?
This means we're going to have ascension in the party.
It means, if you wish, Doomsinger, you can become my apprentice, and I will teach you the ways of the Moradin and the ways of Serath.
Well, Tarin thinks to himself. He doesn't know whether he wants to say this out loud. He's thinking to himself, if I cannot beat them, I shall join them. He says, I accept.
And he hands over the cloak to you. He goes, you will be shown your room, and you will start your training as soon as you're prepared. You may have some goodbyes you have to do, because I'm afraid you won't see your friends for a very long time.
I see. Well, if it must be, then it must be.
And he turns and walks away. I will see you in the morning.
Okay. We're going to roll a new character.
Tarin has now become the first recruit that I've had of Serath in all my campaigns.
He has the wisdom of -4, I think. That's the reason.
He did roll a 0. Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, all right, Joe, after a few days, or, next day.
How much can you split the party by?
Exactly. we're seeing how far, we're taking the split to the party to, the next level, I think.
It's not a split, it's a sundering. This is a Death Star level destruction of the party.
Oh, Joe,
listen, I can pull all over Scorn than anybody else. Okay,
that's true.
I got 2 children pit fighting. I got Tarin becoming a Meriden. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm spreading my seed far and wide here.
And the funny thing is that all this is just because some 12-year-old redheaded girl beat his ass.
Actually, that's his next character. Little Hurricane Annie.
Now, you had the midgets. No, you had the people that we first encountered in the harrowing, where he encountered that as well. And boy, this has happened to him repeatedly. So I think in his brain, he's taken this as a sign.
Yeah,
right.
Of saying, look, that I can no longer I cannot use my tactics any longer to do what I'm doing. It's not going to work for me.
Now, Joe and Ken know this pretty well. Maybe Vance or Lester. Keep that character, because there might become a time where I might say, "Hey, Paul, grab Tarin. We're gonna, do some,
Yeah. I'll keep
playing and whatnot. Those are a lot of fun. Those are some of my favorite sessions when you do like one-on-one stuff and everything. Is Joe Joe got a big dose of that one year. So
Yep, that was fun.
And all right, Joe, you wake up and you're feeling pretty good, actually.
All right. So this,
you feel pretty good.
Possum
Just roll. Okay, first of all, roll a 1d4.
Okay.
And you want very low.
Oh yes, finally a 1 works.
Okay, now roll a d6.
Well, 1 high.
It's not. Well, I'm thinking you probably do want high.
I'm gonna use my luck.
You want to use your luck? Well, let me tell you what it is before you use your luck.
Okay.
All right. So let me check something. So basically, it means, I think your third one, you've lost 1 point of Constitution.
If I rolled a 6, I wouldn't.
Then you would lose 1 point of Charisma.
Fucking hell. Yeah. Yeah. I'll roll
It's just 1d6. That just determines what stat gets lowered by 1.
I see. So are you doing it 1, 2, 3? Oh, you're doing it by the table. Yeah, I see. Okay. All right.
Yep.
So I don't want a 1, 2, or a 3. I don't care about the rest. I'm rolling.
Right.
I'll use my luck here.
All right. So you have to keep this one. So whatever it is.
Yep. 4, 5, or 6.
That's what you want. Yeah.
Fuck you. But you know what? 2 is all right because it's an odd number right now.
Oh, okay. So is that your dex then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your dex. So yeah, just lower your dex by 1 point.
It didn't affect anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's because if you would have rolled, more than that, then I would have had you roll the number of times. Like if you would have rolled a 4, you would have had to roll that 4 more times.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't really, like I said, you feel pretty good. You don't feel too much different than you did before when you wake up.
Yeah.
And you notice that the possum is no longer there.
Okay.
All
right.
I mean, your hand's still jacked up, but the heaviness and the just darkness that you kind of had inside for such a long time, it's gone.
All right. Well, that's good. I feel good.
You're like, hey, I feel pretty good.
All right.
It's like that scene in the elevator from what was that? Big Trouble in Little China. When they take the drugs and they're going down for the big fight, and they're like, hey, I feel pretty good.
I feel so good. I'm gonna roll for a morning wood check. High is good.
Oh,
yes. All right. We're good. We're good.
Oh, where's that Doom X card about? And I'm gonna raise that up there. All right. So what we'll do, guys, is we'll end it here for the night. I know it was a lot of scattered stuff and everything. Paul, you decide what you want to roll up, and you can tell me which part of the party you would like to join, whether you want to rejoin Columbo or if you want to appear in the other one.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't matter to me. Whichever one, just let me know what you want to make, and
right.
You can roll up. I don't know if you have something extra or whatever.
Do you want him to roll the scores now, Tim, so we can mock in his lousy scores?
I think we got time for mocking.
I think at least mockery, before we end.
Mockery. All right. Let's find out what we're going to get here. So I will.
You do like watching them roll live.
I love watch. My whole group, all the old school, all my guys. Yeah, we love watching shit rolls. There's nothing better than laughing at somebody's lousy ability score rolls.
That is fun to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Except with you, because you like them for some weird ass reason. I got a 3 strength for fighting.
I don't get mad at them. I like playing low score because it's much. I don't know. It's fun.
All right, here we go. Roll number 1.
3d6 in order. Is that what we do, or you arrange them, right?
In order, and then you can swap one. Swap 2 scores out if he wants to.
All right, here we go. 11.
All right.
Not terrible. 14.
Wow.
14 decks. Nice.
11.
All right, you're looking not shabby.
9. Yeah.
Oh.
Intelligence.
-1 intelligence.
Yep, that's one. It's not bad. 7. I'm going down.
Oh, -2 wisdom.
Not a cleric type.
No. Well, not well. At least
and an 8.
Oh my god, it's ugly and not so wise. But
is 8 a -1 or -2?
That's a -1, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the upper part's good, and the lower part not so great. So
What are 11s are just zeros, right?
I think so.
10s and 11s are nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And then on up. So so basically you ended up with a +1 character, or no, a -1 character. Is that right? With all your stats.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the rule for? Do you want to play this guy?
Actually, more than -1 because 9's -1 in this system.
Oh yes, I got -1, -2, -4 total. So you're a -3 character. Now, what you can do, if you want, Paul, as per we can put this into play if you want to. In Shadow Dark, if you get this shit of rolls, you can make this guy a henchman to the next guy you roll.
Okay, that'd be interesting.
Or do you want to keep this one?
That's a good question. I mean, well, obviously, if it's a Dex, I'm gonna play a thief, more than likely.
Well, remember, you can always swap one out if you want to, too. You can always
swap what?
Swap a stat out. Like if you want your 14 to go into your intelligence, and you can swap that out if you want. I allow one swap.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably. I mean, like I said, the intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be using much of that necessarily, but
intelligence for thieves, yeah, a little bit.
A
little bit.
A low wisdom is good for thieves.
Right? Yeah, they won't question it.
Well, I'll leave it to the. I will subject it to the party. What should I do? Should I have a henchman and re-roll, or should I keep what I have? And the chat may chime in as well.
Yeah, what do we got? We got 8 people watching, and
chat.
Tell Paul what he needs to do.
What do I need to do? Do I need to have
or make this? Yeah. Let's see.
See if anybody.
What do you think, Ken? Should he roll up a new one?
I would re-roll. Those scores suck balls, really.
Okay. See, now the funny thing is I would absolutely play this character. I would play the shit out of this character.
I would play it. That's just me.
Yeah, because I love that kind of stuff.
I'm still waiting. Nobody in the chat's chiming up here. So
do we have anybody watching anymore?
Like I said, we got 8. So
like
some of them, I think most of them are, they put on stuff. They're listening to it in the background most of the time. Yeah. They don't want to watch us.
Apart from that, I think I'm going to go ahead and just play it.
Okay,
you gonna play for? Okay.
I think I'll just play. All right. I think I'll just stick with my stuff and go from there.
What? Oh, Fred said henchman, please. So now, if you're going to go with Fred, you got to go with the henchman.
All right, I'm gonna go with a henchman. All right.
Fred is a good contributor to the channel and comments on all the videos. So
absolutely,
right. So I will take.
Erudite has some input. It looks like Erudite. What do you think?
Choices again for Paul. Yep. What do you think, Erudite? Should he play the guy as is, or should he make him a henchman and roll up a new guy? Because I know Shadow Dark likes that, so I'm trying to. While I know I've been tweaking some Shadow Dark rules, we got Alex. What do you say? In the background, definitely enjoy the game. Thank you all. Oh, thanks, Alex. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Alex.
Play solo dark here. He's got his own thing going on over there.
Hopefully, you're luckier than I am.
No, we all play solo in the dark sometimes, dude. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's what we got to, take care of business.
Well, I like dancing in the dark.
Hey, well,
with Springsteen.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I will go with Fred. Fred is. So I'm going to re-roll.
Okay.
This. So,
all right.
What do we got?
Just remember to keep those scores free.
Play it, baby.
Roll a dice to determine.
All right.
Flip a coin. Flip a coin, Paul.
All right. Am I rolling a D6? Low is what? Low is I keep it. High is I change it.
All right.
Yeah, because you rolled low scores, so I think low has to be.
All right. So low as I keep. Low as I keep it, and high as I change it. So let me go.
All right. Let's see what you get.
Here we go. D6. Just one D6 here.
We need drum
2.
rolls.
Keeping it.
Keeping it. So you got your scrub thief.
Yep.
So what we'll do, Paul, is you can make, because what's the Doomsinger right now? He's 5th level.
Yeah, he's 5th level, I believe.
So what I'm going to do, because you're keeping your rolls and you're doing all that, I'm going to let you start out with exactly what like his level and his experience points. So if he's got 10 points into 5th, the next level, all that could, because you're keeping the original one, I'm going to let you do that.
Okay. Cool. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. He's level 4. He's not level 5 yet.
Really?
Tarin's only 4?
How?
Yeah.
I'm 6. How the fuck is he 4?
Oh, probably. I don't know. Did you start a level back when you started?
Oh,
yeah.
Before?
I think so.
Gotcha. So just start off at the same level as Tarin and with all the hit point, or not the hit points, the experience points that you have. And then, you can roll up your talents and whatever that goes with that.
Okay.
Just, make it up, like you're doing. So
Okay.
you guys,
Right.
you guys haven't had a thief yet, have you?
No.
And I don't know if I don't think I've had one in the party that that's actually.
I think I might have played one in one of those one shots. I seem to remember. Maybe I did.
Yeah.
Once I got a taste of how sucky the mage was, I think
maybe my character comes out of somewhere, since we have relations with the knives.
Yeah, silent knives.
Tarin, if I can, Paul, rather, if I can make a suggestion, just because of March 1st comes soon, who the hell knows when we're going to get back together? You may want to start in Hounds Head, because when I leave, you'll be there already, and we need to grab the group back together again somehow. You know what I mean?
Well, we talked. I talked to Paul about it. I haven't talked to Vance and Ken about this yet, but I figure when we hit March 1st or the date or whatever. I'll conclude this campaign for the most part. We'll do, kind of try to do some up. And then I was talking to Paul, and Ken and I have done this in the past, and that maybe we do like a, and I haven't broached this, like I said, with Ken or Vance yet, but do a round robin kind of DM. We each run like an adventure, but we run the same characters or something or whatever.
Yeah.
But we pick, but we can run we don't have to keep the same system. Shadow Dark doesn't have to be Shadow Dark, and we can whatever, somebody wants to run or whatever. Because like I said, I told Paul I wanted to experience Paul's way of DMing. Mm-hmm. And I don't think you've ever run a game for me, have you, Vance? I don't remember being any of your games.
I don't think so. I don't think I've run a game for any of you guys on that end.
Yeah, so I want to get in a game with Vance, and that Ken and I have done this round robin before, and it worked pretty good. I thought we had a lot of fun with it, from what I remember. It's been a long time since we did it, but and I was telling you about it, Joseph.
You don't have any recollection of anything that I've run.
Who, you? Oh,
yeah.
Good grief. Just because I remember the guy in the thing, I just don't remember. And I remember the synapses thing, but there's I don't remember the whole thing. That's for sure. But definitely, I remember big parts of Montport. You ran that one for, I think, 1.5 years, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got several adventures written off of Tim's maps that I can use.
He does.
Nice.
He does.
He'll never know
yeah.
either. He'll never know.
Yeah, and I think it would be fun to do a round robin DM thing, and then just seeing the difference, and then like we can whatever systems that people want to use for it, we'll just kind of switch it up and do it to them. Make up characters for that one or whatever. So we can figure it out, but that's what we're going to kind of go for, Joe, after it got concluded.
Cool.
And that gives everybody else a chance to DM and run. I mean, because we're all, unlike, like everybody complains, or I shouldn't say everybody complains, but what they find is 5e doesn't have a lot of DMs, where the OSR is filled with DMs. We're all DMs for the most part. But like I said, I think that's part of the filtration part, cause and effect. I mean, the people who are a lot of the OSR guys, which are mainly older, not all of us, but most of us, we're DMs anyways to begin with, and we kind of got filtered through all the people who used to play don't play anymore, and they were mainly the players anyhow. So basically, all the residue at the end has got filtered through. We're all GMs. So
we're
there's
residue,
no
is
loss.
what you're saying. We're residue.
Yeah, we basically the
We're
GM
the
residue. Yeah, we were the grounds in the coffee that snuck through the filter.
Yeah, I hate that.
We get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah, we get stuck in your teeth and we cause cholesterol.
Does coffee cause cholesterol?
Yeah, the grounds do. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, not the ground, not coffee itself, but like if you drink a lot of it, it can. I don't know how much you'd have to drink, but yeah. So not that I'm any health expert, but I don't know. Ivy reads all that stuff and then she tells me that. So I just bow down to her wisdom because she's read the books and I haven't.
Mm-hmm. Plus, just nodding yes is always a good response.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Yeah, but yeah, but I think it'd be a nice because I mean you don't see that kind of style of play in maybe some other channels and I don't know. I just think it's a cool way to see different other styles of GMing and one of my favorite things to do during the round robin is if Paul runs an adventure, then Ken, and then Vance or something like that, and then it's my turn. I like to draw elements from their adventure and tie them into my adventure. So there's maybe some sort of tie-in or maybe just sort of my version.
Yeah, each DM could do that. Yeah, I would say each DM as we round takes something from the next adventure and integrate it and expand it.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. I mean, we can do it as much as you want.
Yeah.
Of course, but we were talking about that night, and then I think that's the only time we really haven't spoken about it since that one time, Paul. So
I just dropped a 8 or 9 foot tall dwarf into a little mini adventure that I wrote. So
there you go. That'll work every time. Yeah.
The giant dwarves,
Yeah, giant dwarves. Yeah.
It's a good topic for a video too, Tim. Just the whole. How come the OSR has a lot of DMs? Why is it DM heavy? Are we just the residue? Because
that's my. I mean, that's my way of thinking of why we have it. I don't know. It makes sense in my head. That's why we have so many. Because I mean, even if you look at our other group, we're all GMs in that one too.
Yeah. Pretty
much any like OSR game I've been in, there's not just a player. There's always it's always a room full of GMs.
It's true. You know who I haven't had? Does Josh ever GM or no? Or doesn't he just?
I've never had Josh GM for me. Yeah, he GMs, but I don't think he's.
He's not OSR in a sense. He's more 5e.
Yeah, he's more of a 5e guy. I mean, but he heckles 5e a lot.
He does. Don't we all?
He understands its idiosyncrasies and stuff, but I don't. I would love to have Josh run a game because he was going to run a game the one time, but I unfortunately didn't get the chance to play in it because and he made it because he wanted to see me become the leader of the party because usually I try to stay back and be more of a backup. At least at the time I was. In your game, I seem to be the lead more.
Yeah.
In that one, but like in Rob's games, like when Rob ran that game from you guys, I was just try to take a back seat because I want other people to be able to experience his world that I was already very familiar with. But he wanted to see how I did as a lead as a thing. I said, Rob or Josh, it just depends what I roll. I was like, I will play. I mean, I'm not one of those guys that say that's what my character would do, but that's what my character would do. I will like if my guy's not the smartest guy in the world, I'm going to have him make not so wise choices.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have him maybe do the dumbest things in the world, but he may. What I try to do is maybe if I got a 5 intelligence, and I have to pay an innkeeper some money, I may just ask him, well, how many fingers is that? And because I don't understand the numbers. And so I just like, is that this many fingers? And then I just put a coin in front of each finger. I wouldn't just throw my whole pouch of money, but I would try to get around it using a different style. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I like trying to explore those kind of things. It's like it's fun to do that. Like when I played the guy in your campaign, Joe.
The dumb kid.
Yeah. He wasn't the smartest kid in the world, but he was physically a fucking specimen. I rolled so high on his physical stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I loved making up the story that he was like that. He was a hard worker, but he got caught in a mine, and the lack of oxygen caused brain damage, and that's how he, came out. And I had a lot of fun playing him because even though he was not the smartest thing, we had a lot of fun. I thought, kind of figuring ways around stuff that wasn't the normal way of thinking.
Yeah.
So, but.
All right, I'm going to get going.
Yeah, thanks, Ken.
Thanks,
Ken. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks for everybody out there for watching. Appreciate it as always.
Yep.
Very
Good night,
cool.
guys.
Have a good
night,
one.
everybody.
Well,
Talk to you later, bye.
See
Bye-bye.
ya.